sit down.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Live at the Bike today on this beautiful Wednesday evening. Ryan Feldman here with my man Derek, making his debut in the booth. What up, Derek?
Yeah, booth boys.
What's up? You guys have seen Derek in some of the 510 games and the Annie games, and some PLO as well. That's Derek right there. Derek Longjar. He is in the building, and he's going to help me out with some PLO analysis. As a
fun, yeah.
PLO avid PLO player.
I wouldn't say avid, but I am working on my PLO game because I just feel a real shift away from, not really necessarily away from Hold'em. Like, I think Hold'em will always be around, but PLO is definitely emerging, and it's very trendy right now. And there's just a lot of half-and-half games, a lot of private games going on, so I'm trying to get my PLO game up.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to be diverse and get with the times. So we're playing 2-3 PLO tonight. The buy-in is 300 to 1,000 cap. Straddles are only allowed under the gun for 2x, and it's a $5 bring-in. So if you fold from the blinds, you lose $2 or $3, but if you come in as a limp, you have to put in $5. So it's essentially 2-5.
Is there a cap? There's a cap?
Yeah, 1,000 cap. So we got a hand right here, and bear with us for the first few hands. These first few hands, the graphics will be a little iffy as we get it sorted out. PLO graphics are not easy to do. It's hard to follow the action sometimes. Players have to spread their cards in the spot for the RFID on the table. So these first three hands, I believe, will have some graphics issues, but we'll try to do our best here. So it looks like Surf has a wrap, and Mark has an overpair and a flush draw, and Ammer has nothing.
Yeah.
And it looks like Mark bet and Surf called, which is pretty standard. You're not in love with a wrap here on a 2 flush board, right?
I mean, heads up, it's not terrible.
But you do love it when that turn comes.
But yeah, when it comes to offsuit 9 ball, you're 11 life now.
So
especially with one card to come. Oh, and he ships it.
And Surf has the nuts.
That's awesome.
Mark's drawing to a flush draw here.
Maybe he's thinking because he has 2 queens that his opponent never has queen jack, but
they can only run it once because this is a cap game, so there's no running it twice.
That's good though. I mean, it's a small game, and running it more than once in general just slows the game down a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So Surf is going to win that one right off the bat, and he is up a few hundred, felting Mark, and Mark will be right back in the game. So going over some of the players here, we got Surf at C1. You guys know Surf is in the chat all the time. Surf and Snowboard. He's a big fan of the show, big supporter. He's played in some of the 510 games. So you guys should know Surf. C2 is Gilad, and he's a fan of the show as well. I know he was in the YouTube chat yesterday. He's there a lot. And so shout out to Gilad for, I hope I'm saying that right.
Never seen that guy before.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I know that he's a fan of the show. He's always wanted to play, and he's in the chat all the time. So cool to have him here. C3 is Wayne. You may have heard of him. Wayne's been on the show maybe once or twice or 300 times. Everyone knows Wayne. Also always in the chat. D22 So-So. And then C4 is Brian. Brian is big on Instagram. He goes by Bry Poker on Instagram. And he is either playing or commentating in our Instagram games usually. C5 is Ammer. He played in the 5-5 PLO last month. C6 is Will. He's played in a few of our PLO games as well. C7 is Colleen. Everyone loves Colleen. No introduction needed. We all know Colleen. She's been on the show a million times. And always a pleasure to have her. C8 is Ricky. I don't think I know Ricky, but he knows Wayne pretty well, so I guess he's around the scene. And he's a guy that plays PLO in the area.
He's got a pretty recognizable face, but I never played with him.
He also had a pretty cool chip stack going there. I don't know if he
I saw that chip castle. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, Carlos Mortensen would be jealous of his chip stack. Castle, or whatever you want to call it. I think he broke it down.
Maybe he's an architect or an engineer on the side or something.
Yeah. It's pretty sick, actually. I'm actually jealous. I can't even stack 20 evenly. You know, I can't even color inside the lines.
We're gonna have the next Instagram special in
I used to be very OCD about my chip stacking, and now I'm just way different. I just stack them however they stack.
Yeah.
There's just some people that literally they'll turn the chip Like, so all the things are like completely even. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I can't do that. That's how you know you're a nit.
It's like,
When when the patterns are even, you know you're a nit and you have that much time. I don't have time. I'm trying to play hands.
It's like it's either nit or like just over the OCD, like, and so that's gonna probably equate to being nitty too, like just being overly careful about your starting hands.
I mean, oftentimes I'm playing a hand and my chips are just all like spread out on the felt because I just want a hand and I have to get into the next hand, so I don't even have time to stack them.
Right.
You know.
Do you know it?
If you're not playing a hand for an hour, you got time to stack them and make castles.
Two or three.
And align the patterns.
And then seat 9 is Mark. Mark's been on a lot of our PLO games as well. Rumor is that he may or may not have.
So my first time,
Star Wars.
I played Foxworth 1.
Okay, so
Yes.
there's the chip castle right there.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. So
Yeah.
there you see it. We'll get a good view of that. Hopefully Brian can get us some cool views zoomed in as we go along of that chip castle, because that's really cool what he was able to do. It's kind of like a bridge.
Who built it?
pillars.
Was it Rick or Mark that built
No,
it?
Ricky.
Chop, right? They're going to take all the money.
Well, it's pretty slow action and early. No one's really opening. And, well, I guess someone got filtered on the first hand, so
Yeah.
I can't really complain.
There should be a lot of getting it all in a cap, in a 200 big blind cap.
Right.
Essentially a 200 big blind cap PLO game because it's a $5 brain.
Like everyone just flop good and just get it in.
Yeah, you can make that.
Yep. So shout out to everybody in the chat on Twitch and YouTube and liveatthebike.com. Over on YouTube, we got Bomber, we got Jeremy Stark, we got Jamie Simpson, we got 007, we got Shitza, Valerie, Kim Hyung. What's going on, guys? Jay Gazzola, Living Clean. Anybody else wants to give me a shout out? Chime in. Over on YouTube, we got C Miles. What's up? Your boy
I thought so too.
in the building. BB Bulldozer, Natty Wit in there. What Bry?
Hey, George,
Al Guerin, favorable flop. Pocket breasts.
Oh, yeah, figure it out.
Tooch Bluff.
I think it's part of
Oh, man.
security comms.
Sunny.
The chat
Titus.
trolls. The chat trolls.
Queen Poker. What's up, guys? Who else wants a shout out? Mikey MTZ. What's up, man? San Antonio.
I was in
Shout out to the,
money has
what do you call that?
Money hasn't changed.
San Antonio? What? The town?
The thing they got there. What's that? Yeah, that thing they got at San Antonio.
Embarrassing. I would not lay anything
The,
down. I probably have dominated.
you know, the thing they got at San Antonio.
Yeah, there's things.
The
there.
Emerald. The, what's it called? The, what's the thing called in San Antonio?
Someone help us. Chat.
Damn it! I'm drawing a blank. Brian, what's the thing called in San Antonio? What's the thing that San Antonio is famous for?
Oh, Will's got double suited kings.
Not the
here.
Riverwalk.
That's nice.
I got one.
The building they have there. That, what? No, not the Spurs. Not Tim Duncan. Damn it.
I think he re-raised. Oh, he flopped a set.
The Alamo. Thank you. I'm trying to think of the word, and I
Alright,
feel like an
so-
idiot. The Alamo.
Will flopped the nuts here.
Damn it. I didn't pay attention in history class.
And there's two unknown hands.
So Will with top set here. He's going to want to pile the chips in on a flush draw board. The Alamo, thank you. I forgot the Alamo.
Oh, God, dude. Is there really 4 people playing?
Yes.
The graphics are a little off as
Yeah,
we
we're getting
said.
updated here. Yeah, we'll be good after this hand, hopefully. After Patrick puts the drinks down.
Okay, so we're heads up, and he flopped the nuts, and now he's raising. I mean, I guess I get that because there's a flush out there, but there's not much else going on. So
Yeah, when you lead 200 into this board, you should have something. Now, Surf does have a 3 in his hand as well, so that it blocks some of the 2-pair and set combos that he could be beating here.
right.
So if Surf continues, he really usually only has a flush
Only
draw.
has a flush draw, exactly. I mean, what else? Yeah, he must have
He
it.
does go all in. He must have like 4, 5, ace, 6.
Run it twice.
We'll see. I
Hearts.
mean, he's got to have hearts at least to continue here. And
Yeah, he's
he
gotta
could
have
have.
hearts.
Yeah, he could have like a wrap, a low wrap with it, but probably not.
Ace, 4, 5 hearts.
I can hear him. I can hear him.
And he.
Oh, he makes quads.
Oh, he
he
had
has
aces.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not good.
With the ace of hearts blocker.
I think I have outs.
This actually makes it worse to get
Yeah.
in, right?
Yeah.
Because
He-
it's less likely that Will has hearts.
Right.
So all you really have is a backdoor flush draw and aces. and Will is going to win that hand. So tough spot for Surf there with aces. He's hoping that Will has like a 4-5-6 type hand, but the problem is Surf has 2 6s in his hand, and he has ace of hearts.
He's blocking all those.
Yeah, he's blocking the draws.
hands,
So
yeah.
in PLO or No Limit Hold'em, you like in PLO you want to go against draws, in No Limit Hold'em you want to go against bluffs, right?
Right.
And so
That's 9, right?
in both cases, when you're blocking the bluffs or when you're blocking the draws, it's bad for you because now what does your opponent have?
He always has a
Yeah,
made hand.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's actually a spot where Surf could get away from it. Not easy, it's aces, but he could get away from
I
it.
didn't. I mean, we kind of missed what happened
So
pre,
was that the first
so
game?
that definitely plays a role.
Yeah.
I mean, at least when I'm going through hands in my head when I'm playing PLO, a lot of it has to do with what happened pre-flop, in position and stuff. But
Yeah, I know, guys, exactly. Remember the Alamo. So I was
Like, you
saying
need
I
my
forgot the
follow.
Alamo because I didn't remember the Alamo. That was the whole point.
I remember now. I seen some of your.
I was just
videos.
trolling,
They're-
guys.
they're
Come on.
geeky.
you definitely drew a blank there.
I did, but it worked out well because I knew that the saying was "Remember the Alamo," and I forgot the Alamo.
Like people posting. Like yeah.
That works.
Instagram just like I just scroll.
So-
Like,
I know
like-
poker and sports, guys. I don't know history or
Yeah.
landmarks or geography or whatever the Alamo qualifies as.
I mean,
Okay.
I passed history, but some,
Go on with the chlorophyll.
yeah, Borophyll.
Chlorophyll, more like borophyll.
So mad.
That's why I thought you would have seen Workaholics because you're kind of a
doesn't
movie
know
buff,
yet,
and
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
hear you.
I don't watch that
chirping
many
movie
TV shows
lines.
actually, but I've seen
okay.
every great comedy movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, especially the ones when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't watch that many TV shows.
Me
The
either.
only shows I religiously watched, really the only one that went on for a while that I religiously watched in the last few years was Eastbound and Down.
You're not sure.
yeah, I remember you talking about that. That was a good one too.
Getting big.
That's old school though, kind of. That's like
It could be anything.
how he came up in the world, right? That was like his big thing.
Yeah, I mean, he was already, Danny McBride was already in a bunch of movies, but that was definitely a big one for him. But no, Pineapple Express was before that and a few other movies.
So we got a multi-way flop here.
So what do we got here?
5
So
people.
big flop for Brian. Brian has an open-ended straight draw.
yeah.
Oh, he has a wrap,
Yeah,
actually.
Full wrap and a flush draw, yeah.
Yeah.
He's looking good. Everyone else is in bad shape here.
So yeah, Brian needs a 9, a jack, a queen, or an ace to make a straight, and a club to make a flush, but not the nut flush, the second nut flush.
He gave me his
He's out
seat.
there.
Yeah.
Two other
Alright.
people had
He was down.
worse flushes, and they laid it down.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you don't really want to call PLO very much with a non-nut flush draw in a multi-way pot when you don't have anything else going for
That's
you.
just
Right?
guaranteed that you're just going to reverse imply yourself
Yeah.
into the ground.
Now, if you have 2 pair and a flush draw,
That's different.
it's okay because now you have a couple things going for you. You got one value hand and you got a backup plan. And if it's not a backup plan, it could also just be blockers.
He might have this
That's what I
seat
like
soon
to.
enough
Yeah,
if
sometimes
this
when I have
works,
value hands, it's nice to have a couple clubs in your hand if there's a club draw out there, because
You're blocking.
You're
First
blocking
one.
that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so if you think your opponent could have a nut flush draw, it's good for you to also have a flush draw
You're like, I
because
got
It's not gonna get there as
because
much.
now there's a small percentage of the time when your flush draw will be good, but a bigger percentage of the time where you're just blocking
He
your
had
opponent
half
from
the
making
deck,
a flush.
literally.
Exactly.
half the deck bricked. Yeah.
It just feels nice.
You
Like
both
they
had
you
that
stack-
straight draw.
The hand you
have the nut
Oh,
flush draw,
no,
then
yeah, yeah.
you have 2 clubs, and you're like, okay, so the head's
We all had an ace.
2 less outs there.
I was fucked on our hand. I was.
So I'm saying you made a
That's
good
right.
fold. And then
No, I'm talking about the one we just did.
So what's going on, guys? You guys excited for some pot limit Omaha
I
tonight? A
didn't know
great
how to set. Are
game.
you fucking kidding me? That's why I said it was
Circus
terrible.
Animal, what's going on? Matthew Williamson,
Second
yes, you
pair.
can get a
First
shout out.
laydown.
Friedel spaghetti? Friedel spaghetti. Friedel spaghetti.
I had aces.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That's it.
Thanks for the
That's all I
kind
had.
words.
That's why I told you it was terrible.
Matthew Williamson, what's my opinion on backing?
Jeez.
It's fine. Do whatever you got to do to get in the game, man.
Maybe I'll
If
get a better
if
pair
that's
on
what
the
you got to
board.
do, and if someone's willing to put up the money,
There
all
has to be
for it.
more to that question.
yeah. I mean, that's like, what's your opinion on
Yeah, I'm the same way.
raising
bro.
under the
Rocks.
gun? Yeah, like,
It's
what
good
do you
to
think
know
about
that.
pocket
They got like all
tens?
bags. They're all
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's part of the game.
All right. Amber flops a set here, and Wayne has a flush draw, the net flush
Like
draw.
who's in his ear?
With a
Yeah.
gutter.
It's production.
Yep.
Not gutter.
It's not them.
So Wayne's not going anywhere.
There's only 3 of them in the
And
booth.
there's
Don't
some
make it
big
look
betting
like it's
going on.
fucking
Well, no,
fucking full
it's-
tilt
it's not-
protection.
it's not- it's
You know,
not
Wayne's hand's actually easier to play here than
It's
Amber's
the
hand
guy who
Yeah,
takes
Because
it.
Amber
exactly.
only has
Three
bottom
guys
set.
fucking drinking
Right.
booze in the booth.
with nothing else.
If a bad turn comes, you're
Yeah.
just gonna hate his life.
Yeah, there's not that many great
Pretend there's like
runouts
a
for
glass
Amber.
wall there.
Where for Wayne, it's easy to
Right?
play his hand.
And it looks
He's
really
playing
nice,
to make the
like a
nuts.
And he has
private room,
position,
but
which is
Yeah.
just,
It's
I
really
mean,
not.
just
Huge in
astronomically huge.
Yeah.
Is that what they're doing?
So it's wide
So
open.
now
It's
you,
really
you
nice.
check raise with sevens, and you basically say you have a set, and so now Wayne can basically play perfect against you.
Exactly. The only problem is that Wayne doesn't have that much left.
Whoever just
And
walked
so
by.
Right.
if the
Is he
turn's a
afraid?
brick,
What
then
He's
you can just
I
shove
have
on
no
Wayne
idea.
There you
and get
go.
him to
Oh,
commit
yeah,
a
you're
stack
all
with a
bunch of
draw.
rockstars or something like that.
So that's a perfect card. I mean, that
And-
card completes nothing.
Now you're shipping.
And Wayne has another open ender going as well now. He has 4-5. So now Wayne is going to call because he needs a 3, an
Once
8.
or twice, up to you.
You can't do
Only do it
twice.
once.
Yeah,
Try
3.
Wayne.
I have
A
like
3 and
Diamond
8, a
out,
diamond or a
straight
10.
out.
Yeah.
3, 8, 10 diamond.
That's
And-
not
And
it.
deuce is
And
not one of
that
those
is
cards.
The brick of all bricks.
Set is 7.
Look at the little
Oh,
black
wow.
deuce.
Leave the entire deck.
Should we get some props going?
Yeah.
Or can we do
Sure.
that?
Yeah, whatever you want. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I was thinking,
You want to gamble?
My hand.
like, pick a card. Maybe we pick a card and pick a player, and then like if they have that card in their hand and they play it.
Okay. Or how about
And if there's two, like say you pick a 7 and then say there's 2 7s in their hand.
how about we do this? How about
As soon as I
how about
said
next
something,
player to get dealt
guys are gonna play it.
trips
Chips. Where are you
or
getting
next
fuel
player
from
to
when you
get
call?
dealt
That's my first question.
thinking of working my way out.
like all of one suit or something like that. Or yeah, or we could do like next player to play
No, from practice.
a
You
hand
a
with
mechanic.
pull
there's
from
certain
outside.
cards.
Yeah?
I guess
Do you
whatever
like
you want to do.
Legos?
Okay.
you
What do
good
you,
at
I mean,
Jenga?
how big do you usually go in props?
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
10, 20.
Whatever I want, huh?
I mean, not like a lot.
Baller,
I'm not
man.
trying to. You might be good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You might have an
exactly.
edge.
Hold on, guys.
I think you have an edge probably because you know most of the players more than me. So if we pick a
We
player,
could do like 20 bucks
Play with
each.
his neighbor.
Yeah.
He's
all
like,
right.
playing with his.
Well, I was thinking let's do, like I said, like you just pick a random card, like
Can I
whatever
just-
card you like, and then pick
So
a
you're hiding your
player.
hundreds?
If that player gets that
And
card.
that player gets that card, then I owe you 5, 10, or whatever. But if there's
So
two,
whichever one of our players
You are,
gets
huh?
that specific card first, we can just do that.
Right.
So we can just pick a card. You can pick any card in the deck
Right.
after this hand,
Right.
and then we each pick a player,
And a player.
and let's say though that player has to get to the flop with that card.
Well, that's different because now we're gonna want to pick high cards
Playback.
because they're gonna
Someone
more likely
raised
play
it.
high cards than they are gonna
I
play
have to
low
think
cards.
But it's fine. But we're each gonna pick a player, so it'll be fair. Like it'll be the same card.
Okay. And if there's two,
But no,
if
it
there's
doesn't
two,
matter which
double it.
card because we're picking this. We're each picking our own player. So even if it's a 3 of diamonds, we're each picking a
If I
player.
look, I'll
So
fold.
we're waiting for one of our players to get to the flop with that
All
card.
right, all right.
Please don't.
But I was saying if there's double,
Then Wayne
like say you pick a 7 of spades and he's got 2 7s, then we'll double it.
Sure.
Okay.
If he has that in his hand and gets to the flop with
So
it.
if he has 7 of spades and I pick 7 of spades and he has 2 7s, then
Okay.
we play
All
double.
right. So after this hand, we'll do it.
All right.
We could do 7 of spades.
You're gonna regret this.
The more props, the better.
Nobody raised
Sure.
you
I
on the
guarantee.
Let's gamble. We're in a casino.
Mm-hmm.
I get to look.
Minor snafu just asked the same question. Thanks for the troll. What's going on YouTube?
All right, so we got some stats coming up here
One of those
too.
hands you get
Oh yeah, we got our
really
stats now.
huh?
So
Serve. Well, these are all. I mean, it's such a small sample size. It's like, how can you really?
all right, so let's see what's going on here. We got a 3-5-6 flop. Colleen with
I could
a
have anything.
nut straight
got
and
a
a
wrap.
redraw to a better straight.
Oh, she has.
Most
She
likely
flopped
all
it.
of
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Nice. And she checked it. Did somebody bet for
Did you say
her?
pot? All in?
Oh wow! And somebody just ships it when you
Flopped
have
it.
that. God, that's
4-7.
great.
Both guys.
I just.
So it looks like it
I
went
wasn't
bet
kidding.
shove here.
Oh, yeah, Val.
We got in the graphics.
With a
fixed,
redraw.
guys.
Oh.
Oh, somebody got there.
What did you think I had?
What do you think I had?
Nuts.
When the whole table goes, oh, you know something happened.
Yeah, so
I
Colleen
didn't
flopped
think
the
it
nuts.
I
It
told you
looks
to be
like
careful
Brian
with
must have
my
made a full
money.
house.
Got it in with like top set or
I
something
can't
probably.
get it in better than the nuts.
6-3.
Can we zoom in on those cards? There we go.
6-3, yeah.
Yeah.
6-3, 8 deuce.
He flops
So-
top and
Oh, yeah, run,
bottom.
run.
He had
Oh,
two
shit,
pair
7-8.
with a gutter too.
How much?
5:30.
I'm gonna give him two.
I mean,
Is
but
that
it's
what-
not to that. Yeah.
So
You get used to
Brian's
it.
gonna get lucky.
Give him
Bri
the
poker
other
in there
Run it once, luck works out.
Deuce 3,
Huh?
6, 8, not the best hand.
There's 5,
But he did have the button.
Coming for you.
Button is super important. I've realized the more PLO I'm playing, I'll defend from the button like just so often now because
Defending the button is a real thing.
people, for sure. People play face up so much in this game. Like, if you got the stones and you're in position, you can pull people off the hands all the time.
Thank you, Red Wolves 1.
I can
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, but you gotta have the heart. You gotta have the heart. That's for sure. And PLO, usually it's not small bets. Everyone's just shouting pot all the time, so the pots get big.
Flop the nut.
And so like, set up a play or make a play in PLO, you gotta be willing to bet big.
It was I can't believe everyone bet.
Getting people to fold.
I can't believe everyone followed. It's supposed to bully
takes big
everyone else.
bets.
Right.
Top and bottom on a 6-high board.
Next time I will be.
You're just gonna sport that chip castle the whole night, huh? And just take a couple chips off every once
Oh, yeah,
in a while.
so let's start at next hand. So we didn't do it this hand.
Alright, yeah.
So we'll do 7 of spades. So we'll do a 7 of spades, you said? But you're saying if somebody has 2 7s in their hand, then it'll be double?
All messed up now.
Right.
And they have to get to the flop?
But we each pick a card. Like, you pick your own card, I'll pick my
Oh,
own
you want to
card.
just pick a card? Or
And
do you
then
wanna
pick a player. Card and a player. So I'll pick Colleen, and then I'll pick the 7 of spades since I already used that card. And then if Colleen shows up with the 7 of spades, then you got to pay me $5. And then
So shouldn't I pick a high card then?
you can pick whatever. I mean, we just got to notice. Like, you just got to watch and make sure you realize, okay, Colleen had a 7.
All right, so I'll pick.
So pick your own card.
I'll pick.
Oh, see, that would have been
I mean, it's kind of unfair if I pick an ace, though, right?
I don't care.
It would have been the same.
Well, so
would've been the same,
Will has a
flops
boat.
a boat here.
And
no
Wayne
one-
has a royal flush draw.
And that's going to make it harder for Wayne now because he has 2 flush draws.
That makes sense.
But he's still drawing
Small bet,
better.
15 into 30.
Yeah.
Wayne's going to call. Oh, he folded.
Wow, what a disciplined laydown for $15.
Doesn't go for the royal draw. Okay, so you sure that's what you want? You want 7 of spades for Colleen?
7 of spades for Colin.
And I'm gonna take surf with the ace of diamonds.
Ace of diamonds.
Is that okay?
Okay, yeah. Well, I
Did you
mean,
tag me on Instagram?
Or is that kind of unfair?
we're
You wanna
not
pick a high
saying-
card instead?
we're not saying that he's going to play
don't have
it.
any
It's just
clothes,
if
I
it
don't have
comes.
anything.
You're nothing.
Oh, if he just gets
general.
dealt it, you're saying.
If it just gets dealt
So
it.
you don't want to do it like they have to get to the
It's called
flop.
the
No, because if we
right?
do that, then like I said,
So
we have
fair,
to pick
yeah.
hard.
Okay, so
hard
just
cards.
gets dealt. So basically,
And we have to notice it though.
7 of spades in Colleen's hand, ace of diamonds in surf's hand, and
If there's 2, it's double.
and if it's 2, it's double. Okay.
And we got to catch it. I mean,
All right,
I'm not gonna call out your ace of diamonds for you. But there's a 7 of spades right there, right away.
But not in Colleen's hand.
Oh, God. Here we go again.
But it's just kind of interesting because the graphics. Sometimes we don't know
Yeah, but
what they're
it's-
gonna have, but that's cool with me. I'm
One of
down
these
for the
cards
sweat.
It's not
Really
like
good.
it's an edge for any of us. So.
Wait, you got ace of
He's
diamonds?
waiting to get, like,
What?
2,
Ace diamonds, yeah.
7,
So,
like jack,
Mark
4.
has 7, 7, 6, 5, double suited. What do you
I
think
like
about
that
this
hand.
hand under the gun, though? It's not great having 2 7s in your hand with this hand, right?
I mean, it's a playable hand for sure. Under the gun, I'm not so sure about it. I probably would just let it go. Especially on a full table like this, you're just so likely to be dominated on your suits, which
watched-
is exactly what's happening. Brian has dominated suits
Yeah,
here.
I think in PLO that the actual cards are way more important than the suits. It's a bonus to have suits,
Right.
but it's way more important to have cards that play well. And
leave
look at
it
this.
alone.
Mark flops
Bottom
straight
end is
draw.
straight draw,
Yeah, straight draw with a flush with a straight flush draw. Brian has a worse flush draw, and Amber has a higher straight draw.
I mean,
with
just
tens.
look at this flop. I mean, you flop. It's comes.
Oh, quads for surf,
You flop a wrap. And a flush draw, and you're drawing dead. And
and now a straight for Mark, but he's
like-
drawing dead.
you got the night. Like you play. It's a decent hand, but now
This is how we do
it
it.
just looks terrible.
In PLO, you want to play. You want to play in position, and you want to play really good hands.
You want to play hands that make the nuts.
You want to play
you
hands
know?
that play well post flop, that make the nuts exactly.
Especially if you're playing multi-way. I mean, there's some forms of PLO where you're playing a lot of heads up. You know, if you're playing short-handed and you're always getting heads up, it's not as important to have nutted outs.
Look
but
at this.
one
Queen
is.
on the river gives Amber a straight, Mark has a straight, and Surf has quads.
And there's going to be action.
Surf bet's 275 though.
I was hoping someone would.
I wonder if he checks if Amber
I just
bets
like
it.
saying pot.
Probably does.
And I got advice.
And I just like to say
I asked
it.
people how to
I
play
mean, some
PLO, and they
situations
say pot.
when I'm playing PLO and I just know I have lockdown hands on the river, like it's not terrible to just bet super duper small and get bad hands to call you.
Because the bigger you bet in PLO,
the smaller your continuing range is.
yeah, because the nuts are so easy to have in PLO, and all of a sudden you open their eyes to start thinking about, wait a
I like
second,
the ones you come up with.
he might have
What's the
this or
next
this or
out-of-line thing
this.
you're gonna do?
Where if you bet really small, they're just like, all right, you gotta have to pay off. You know,
Right.
I might have you beat. It might be a blocker bet.
Right.
But you see that now. Amber's folding Jack
I don't
10
have anything booked till September.
because
All right, what's the simple?
Which
Surf's
is the
betting
draw.
into 2 people.
Yeah, which is the draw, and that was the draw that he was chasing. I mean, he was
damn it.
trying to get there with the Jack 10.
And Mark
Mixed
folds
it.
too.
Wow,
But
so-
if Surf had
You
bet
got something.
50 or 100 or something
Yeah,
really
but I
small,
want 2 calls.
then
Then
they
they get
both might call.
Yeah.
But when you bet really big, you're basically telling them I have the nuts.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But that's
it's
the
hard to
tra-
be bluffing in PLO.
That's the trap that people fall into in this game, and everyone just thinks, oh, I just need to bet
lay down,
pot all the
boys.
time, and people say pot way too
read me like
much,
a book.
and really, there's a lot of strategy in sizing in this game.
You're
for
better off
sure.
never saying pot and just
You should
knowing
never.
the pot.
You should never say the pot, actually, in my opinion. But
Call that without even
um,
thinking.
Let me
it's
guess, I'm
just
not invited.
it's just part of what people do in this
I
game,
got
especially
secret.
people that are new to the
Did you?
game.
Glowing.
They just always want to say
Yeah,
pot,
that
I
but
can go to Boston.
sizing is very
I'll be glowing when I don't
a
have
very
it
strong
either.
tool that you have
that's
in your
just
cabinet
weird.
here when you're playing PLO, and right there, if you would have bet, like you said, if you would have bet smaller, if you bets like,
So
that
that happened against
you
Lyman.
know, they're just gonna be like, oh, I got the straight, I was chasing this
Yeah.
straight, let me see
And,
what you
and
got.
heads up's different too. In a multi-way
had
pot, when you
aces
bet,
and I
you're
had
gonna have the
jacks.
nuts. But
Mm-hmm.
in a heads up pot, like things happen, you can bluff. It's
flop was
possible. But if you're going
ace,
multi-way the whole way to the river, it's very unlikely that someone's
ace,
bluffing into
jack,
opponents because it's so easy for someone else to have the nuts if you're bluffing.
Right.
Probably call.
This is a bad hand
Yeah.
for Surf. You should probably give this one up. This is one of those hands where 2 of the cards are good and the other 2 cards are bad.
Oh, he's limping.
He flopped. Okay.
This is a bad hand as well. Wayne's hand is decent.
A
And I-
quad.
He's gonna
I took all his
raise.
money.
At least he's raising with it.
Amber's got a bad hand. This is a bad hand for Will. Colleen's got a really bad hand here.
Are we in the Badoo? No. Okay.
Ace 9 6 for Baduki. She lets it go.
Alright.
Ricky's
I
hand's
would like to
playable. He's
say
in the small
no.
blind though he
It sounds
folds.
like
I'm not
Oh,
going
we
to
can
say
do a
my
flip.
low, but I'm going to.
Folds. I didn't catch if Colleen had the 7 spade. No, she didn't.
All
She had ace
cards
9 6.
higher than 9, so he misses.
Chat, let me know if I miss it. I probably will. I'm
Yeah.
terrible at these games,
too.
even when I'm live. Oh, there's 2 sevens on the board.
So Surf has a 5. He's in the lead.
Wow, he called. So he limp calls. I'm not a big fan of limp calling ever. I mean, if he takes this down,
I cannot continue to.
which he
Got
looks
quads
like he
in.
will, because Wayne
JK.
Wayne doesn't want to float one time. I mean, there's just
Good for the game, but
position. There's just I always feel like I can find a way to win the pot sometimes when you're just in position. It's like
I can't even figure out. There was chop possibilities there, but I can't figure out what the chop possibilities were.
But when Surf leads out right there into a 7-7-5 board, what does he ever really have there? Like trip sevens, like, and
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
Don't open it.
they're definitely Wayne could
yeah,
have
yeah.
floated there and maybe got Surf to slow down.
opened it yet.
What's up, Tex AG? What's
good?
going on?
I mean, it came from
The
you,
dick pic
so
is
I-
good.
man. Good to have you.
A bunch of people from Texas, huh?
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Liz
I went
Lemon.
to your house yesterday, right?
Does this game run regularly? I really
I have cameras.
rarely play PLO, but have to be famous. We do it once a
So
month
do I now.
on Live at the Bike. Other than that, PLO will run periodically here at the Bike. Definitely during the Legends of Poker series, which is coming up starting next week. All of August should be tons of action. I'm sure the last couple weeks of Legends there'll be PLO every day.
Colleen, do girls like
Usually
dick
is.
pics?
No.
Really?
Then don't open my message.
So Brian opens 15. I like this hand kind of,
This is
Yeah.
but he is early position, so it's not
Yeah, he was
great.
fun.
I tend to be a lot more sticky in early
I can
position
speak
with
for all
my
girls.
cards.
I'm sure somewhere there's a girl
Playing
who's like, yeah,
way more
send me
snug
the cock.
in early positions,
And
like
the
I
one
gun
is
1 or
nothing
2,
nice
After you
and then
sent me
late
that pic,
position,
I knew
like I
size
said,
mattered.
especially if I know it's not going to be multi-way, I'm going to get in there with a lot of different cards. Oh, so they
Surf has a really good hand here, and he just calls.
he has
from
a
the big blinds.
dominating hand here. Yeah.
Worm, you're so quiet.
Yeah, he now has top 2, a straight draw. Ryan with gutter and ace
I think you
king.
have to play a hand.
Surf's gonna about the turn after it goes check check. I like that.
You know what?
Ryan's
I need your
call.
charity,
It's like a-
like.
This is pretty standard so far. 5 of spades on the river. Surf has top 2, also has ace of spades in his hand.
Were you just here to take a picture of
two
your
pairs.
Gonna go check check. Surf's gonna take down. I think that hand played pretty standard.
Yeah.
He's hella.
I think you can still find a value bet on the river there with top 2 when you have the ace of spades in your hand. I mean,
Well, you're never gonna get raised, so that's
right. It's another spot where you can bet small, and your opponent might look you up with one pair.
I mean, what do you do if you check that river and then
Gotta watch out
Not
for
enough
her.
alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm not
Uh,
paying attention.
if I had Brian's
Give me
hand,
your
no surf? Surf
oh,
checks.
surf is out of position.
Yeah,
there?
surf checks and Brian
What
What
bets.
can you drink quickly?
Probably just snap calling. I mean, you could go for a small
'Cause-
value raise, but
Well,
you
no,
just
I-
turn your hand.
I was trying to, like, I don't know, there's a lot of things can pop in your head there, right? Now, you could call because you have top 2 and you have the ace of spades in your hand, so
Right.
there's less
What?
flushes that he bets.
Do you like
So you could
girly
be
shots,
just,
like a
betting like
Scooby-Doo
a
or-
No, I
message
don't
draw.
like to do shots.
You
I'm so
or a
over
worse
shots.
two pair
Tastes
maybe,
good.
but probably not.
They
Yeah, on
You could
Instagram,
fold
you
because
spend
you're
a
like,
thousand
how can he value bet if I have ace of spade blocker in my hand? Like he must have a flush. Or
Oh.
I'm not saying this
She went to
is
Mexico a
real
couple
or
months
this is something you should do, but you could also just turn your top 2 into a bluff with ace of spades blocker in your hand.
For Christmas.
Right.
Pot it because you know you can't have the nuts.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like there's a lot of options there on the river if you get
I
bet,
think
but
I
you
would
shouldn't
Right.
expect your opponent to bet that much.
All right, drink
Yeah,
that beer,
and
you
that's
get
why
the-
I'm probably just
Hard to
never
remember.
checking.
So that's what I was going to say.
Just betting
That's
small.
why you just bet small as a
Yeah.
blocker bet,
Right.
and if you get raised, just give it up. Right.
Right.
But you
even
should
if
never get raised.
You should never get raised, and even if you
Right.
do get raised,
It
you
makes
might
no
be able
sense.
to call
Because
it.
it makes no sense.
Right.
But how can you get raised if you have ace of spades in your hand?
You can. People could just all of a sudden spaz out and decide to bluff you. I mean, that's
Or they could have a jack high flush and just make a really good
If you
value
do a
raise.
really small bets, it induces people to do stuff sometimes.
Exactly.
And you could induce him to just all of a sudden turn his misdraws into a bluff, and then now you're getting even more value.
Where are you from?
Exactly.
Oh, no shit. You play
Basically,
beer
can't
or-
ever check there, though.
But
You can.
I think there's a lot of things you could do there.
Hollywood Park and the new
Depends on what you think about your opponent.
And
I
you
guess.
have the whole board, so all the options are available to
secret.
you. But I
Let me
think
serve.
betting small is your best option there.
Ricky with middle set, Colleen with a gutter, Amber with a gutter. That looks like
me?
that's about it.
Colleen
It
has
must
a
be
gutter.
Surf
Yeah.
bets with an unknown hand.
It's like, I can't stack them. I get it. All right.
We're at me already.
125 in the pot, and Surf's gonna leave 50.
You have outs.
I
Call.
kind of want to play a hand with you.
Yeah, come on, call.
Colleen's
Both of you
feeling
are doing it.
sticky with a pair and a
No,
gutter
he's not gonna call. Look at
on
his
a
chip
rainbow
stack.
board.
So what I was saying before is, so I think the cards in your hand are a lot more important than the suits. People kind of get,
That's 680.
I think at lower level
That's a lot
PLO,
less.
get, when I first started playing PLO as well, get really enamored by
If he
being
pots it,
suited
he's
or
gonna
having
take
the suits,
Mhm.
right, double suited,
Mhm.
which is a cool bonus, but it's like way more important to have good cards.
Individual
So,
cards, yeah.
so for example, when Mark limped early position with 7-7-6-5 double suited, if you asked him, would you limp if it wasn't
Fold.
Ricky's such a
doubles if it
defense,
wasn't any
going
suits?
to
And he'd be like,
unscore
oh hell no. But that shouldn't really matter that much, right? Like I'd much rather have 7, 8, 9, 10 no suit than
Right.
7-7-6-5 double suited. It's not
Right.
even close.
Right, exactly. And I mean, limping in general is terrible. Oh, so he's tearing down his chip castle.
No, I think at PLO that limping's okay. I think in no limit, I'm not a big fan of limping unless you have a balanced limping strategy. But I think in PLO early position, you can have a decent. It's pot limit. You
it's
can have a
like-
decent. You're not going to get exploited that much, so I think you can have a pretty good limping strategy.
if you're willing to balance all the hands you're limping with and also limp with
Yeah.
aces and kings,
Right, you're of
like,
course
then
you're gonna limp
okay,
with aces.
That's fine.
So and limp raise
got
sometimes.
tens
So
or aces?
I think in
Call, right? We're all in, right? Oh, yeah.
in
Oh,
PLO
they
it's
got all
more
in.
the post flop's more important in PLO where no limit you have to be really good pre-flop. I think
Right.
you can make a lot of mistakes pre-flop.
No
in
runner
man.
club.
So they get it all in. We don't know Surf's hand yet.
And the chip castle has been destroyed. I wonder who's gonna win.
Stay with it.
Set looks good on that
What's
board.
like-
I don't see. Oh, unless he had the
So many sets.
random low cards. That was set over set.
Well,
So
now you're gonna
We
have
had
to counter.
fours.
tens are gonna win here like basically all the time, and they can only run it once. So
Ready, he's just like,
And no good for Surf. He started the show off well and then
takes a big hit
gets-
right there.
gets stacked twice since then.
How fast can he rebuild his castle? That's what I want to know.
Surf had fours there, guys. He had bottom set, and that's why that's a danger with playing small pairs in your hand.
Dude.
In PLOs, you're gonna get set over set a lot. It's easy to have a set. On
It's
that
fair.
try board, when you get it in, what do you think Ricky has? You're beating ace 10. That's about it.
You're beating Queen Jack King.
Yeah. So
9.
there's not a lot of hands, and that's why it's important to play good cards, to play high pairs, to play straight cards,
Right.
things like that. Things that can make the nuts. You don't want to play 2s
Yeah.
and 3s and 4s very often because you're going to get set over set a lot.
King 9-4-4 out of the small is kind of reaching, you know. Especially, and there's a big difference between playing PLO 6-handed or playing PLO
Drink.
in a full ring like this. Is there 9 players? Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, that's a lot of cards.
So Xeno 11, what I was saying about the post flop and pre-flop no limit PLO, what I was saying was that I think that in PLO, I believe that post flop is more important than, like, obviously you can get caught playing a lot of bad hands in PLO, right? And I know you need to still have good, like really good pre-flop selection, but in PLO, a lot of the hands are going to go multi-way, and so you need to have really good post-flop skills. You need to be able to play your hand well post-flop. You know, there are people that could play every PLO hand and get away with it, and yeah, they're going to lose a lot of money pre-flop, but they can get away with it by just beating people
Are you
post-flop.
gonna build it back up?
I think that
Come on, bro. Do it for me.
in
You
no
just
limit,
fucking doubled
you
up.
can do a
Build it
lot
back
of
up. Take your
things
time. How long does it take you to
pre-flop
build it?
to isolate him. It's no limit instead of pot limit, so you can do a lot of things to isolate opponents. So you
How he's
can
showing off. Oh, that little thing?
if you
Don't
play
worry
well,
about that. Don't worry about that. little
pre-flop,
guy. Now you got more chips. Make it
then
bigger.
you can kind of
She said.
you're gonna be heads up a lot, so you can take advantage of it post-flop. Where in PLO, because you're gonna go multi-way a lot,
game
you
sucks.
need to be able to
No
make good
limit.
folds post-flop and make
that
good bets
from? In the
post-flop
movie.
because you're gonna be
Super Troopers.
playing a lot of 4 or 5
Where
way
they go to the
pots, and it's
range.
really hard to isolate opponents pre-flop. Where so I don't know if that makes sense, but basically what I mean is that obviously hand selection is huge in both games, but I think that in no limit you can play bad hands pre-flop, but you can be more aggressive pre-flop and you can isolate opponents, and then you can use that to your advantage. And
was here for you.
where in pot limit Omaha,
Before-
if you play good hands or bad hands, you're going to go multi-way a lot, and you're going to need to use your post-flop skills regardless.
All right, so Will flops a
the
set of
shot,
kings
right?
again here on a super dry board. And this is a spot, if I flop a set of kings here,
Check.
I'm not betting. It's like there's nothing that is
You can't
gonna
get called by
ever-
anything.
Nothing is ever going to call you, and nothing's ever going to run you out either.
Yeah,
Your
and especially
opponents-
because it's King Deuce 8 Rainbow, and you shouldn't expect opponents to have pocket 2s very often.
And if
so
they do, you're going to get the money
you're
anyway.
gonna get it regardless.
So
Yeah.
you might as well
There's
just
no
let
bad
people
turn
catch
card.
up.
The thing is, you want to bet your strong hands in PLO when there's any bad turn cards, but when there's no bad turn cards on King Deuce 8 Rainbow, you don't need to bet your hand. That's the one instance.
Like when you flop quads and there's nothing else out there, sometimes you just gotta let your opponents catch up and make a worse boat,
that
or
movie.
or something.
it
Let
was
something
another-
happen.
it was another
King 8 Deuce, and you
Go
have
with,
the top
that
set.
fat chick, that blonde.
I mean,
was
what are
good.
you
Restaurant,
what are you ever
but, like,
expecting
give
to
me
call
some.
you there?
I have faith that you're going to get this one.
At least allow your opponent to possibly turn their hand into a
She's
bluff.
also in knocked up.
You can take.
Catherine Heigl?
Yes, Katherine Heigl.
What?
She goes like
Like
in a-
I've never seen knocked up.
Shit, Wayne.
She goes in like
No,
a hot
but it
air
was
balloon
him.
with.
That's his girl.
It was his turn to guess.
I would have got it.
So I guess, you know,
60.
in a nutshell,
Yes, she
in
does.
PLO,
In that movie, she goes up in a hot air balloon.
uh,
So just
people
a
make
hot
big mistakes
dragon.
pre-flop,
What?
but
Yeah.
because the equities run so close
No,
together,
not in that
you can make up
movie.
for it by being good
In-
Do you think
post-flop.
Seth Rogen
In no
is hot?
limit,
Yeah?
if you make mistakes
Holy fuck.
pre-flop,
Like the curly hair.
You're gonna get
burning.
crushed.
Just burning money too.
because even if you're good
Wait,
post-flop,
60.
the equities are so far apart in a lot of hands that
Sucks.
you know there's gonna be a lot of 80-20 spots, a lot of 90-10
Yeah.
spots, a lot of 70-30 spots post-flop where you just can't make up for it. In PLO,
We should just
if you
play,
make
like,
if you play a
we should
bad hand
play with,
pre-flop,
like, ante.
yeah,
See the
it
flop,
sucks.
we can bet
You're gonna
on
get there's a lot of negative
Oh,
implied odds,
Right.
but at least
Okay,
the
I have a
equities run
couple
pretty
questions.
close together.
Why do
Where
you
worst
think
case
Seth Rogen's
scenario, you're
hot?
like 75-25,
Right.
or not
Okay,
not
I see
sorry
it.
70-30,
Guy
65-35.
from,
I mean.
I see it all the time too.
300?
I really do. Like, you know,
Same guy in
people
300 as
polarize
well.
their hands a lot in this game, and smart players that have played a lot and know what you're saying, they'll peel. They just peel because they can play perfect against you once you've polarized your hand pre.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot more potential to connect
Yeah,
when
there's-
you have when you have 4 cards in your hand.
There's
just,
plenty of people that play every hand in PLO and don't get crushed.
Right.
If you play every hand no limit, it's gonna be tough to win.
So this is kind of a bad board for everybody.
Oh,
Oh,
it's a
someone turned his
set.
set. Colleen turned his set, so that's nice. But it's kind of a wet board and connected board, so I'm not going to be
With the redraw.
bloating the pot here too much. Probably just going to flat if someone else
Amar's
leads.
gonna bet with a straight draw here. Colleen's probably gonna raise because there's a lot of bad river cards.
There is, so I hope she doesn't raise. But
300.
I would
did.
raise. I would raise just because there's no backup plan for my hand. Like, unless a river king 9 3 6 8
Right.
is really all you're looking for.
Well, you have to be able to raise fold if he pots it here. I mean, you got to be able to get rid of your hand. You can't just call to boat up.
Not a good one.
Calling to boat up
She's showing
with one card. Oh,
she's showing cards.
Oh my
I
god.
think she showed kings.
Actually, maybe
She showed a king of spades at least, right?
I think 2
Wanna show me
kings she's
another?
showing.
Yeah?
The other one's down, I think.
Fuck it, show all 4.
I have a feeling you're not
But
calling.
a lot of people I've noticed, like, okay, so they have a set and there's only one card to come, and if you're paying off a pot-sized bet with only one card to come to try to boat up on the river, you're burning money in this game.
You should probably just call.
Unless there's, crazy implied odds and you think your opponent will stack off to you on the river when the board pairs,
Right.
but even then, most opponents are too smart.
So you're saying you can fold top set.
You have to sometimes.
On
Like
turn.
if she gets check raised here and he pots it and he has repping the straight, you can't just flat to boat up if you're going up against a smart opponent because
But you got 1 minute.
you're just not going to make money on
Take
the
your time, but
river
hurry up.
enough, and you're not going to boat up enough of the
I'm
time.
just putting him on the
Now,
clock.
it could be different if she also had clubs in her hand,
Alright, he
right?
folds.
True.
Aw.
Yeah. If she has a flush draw with the set, yes, it's called for sure.
Yeah, you need. It's always good to have 2 things going on in
Now what do
PLO.
I
That's what I
have?
love.
Right?
Yeah, it's the
Your
best.
hand's so vulnerable when you have one thing going on. When all you have is set or straight. But when you have 2 things, when you have a straight with a flush draw, or you have a set with
This feels
flush
amazing.
draw,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of things.
The free roll aspect of PLO is so awesome. Like when you have the nuts
JK,
with
LOL.
a redraw, you're just feeling amazing when you get it in.
Right.
And then on the opposite, it's like, oh, I have the nuts straight here, and like 3 people are going all in.
And
You're
no
just
backup
like-
plan.
You're just like,
So there's actually instances where people can fold the nuts
I
on the
would-
flop,
I would bet
and
you
it actually
$100
can be correct.
Yeah,
Five
exactly.
guesses you won't guess.
If
Not
you
saying it's
just
easy,
getting-
but
it's not
it
easy.
can be correct. There's specific situations where you have no backup plan.
right.
You have
And
no
if it's
redraw.
super deep, and it's like 3 people are shipping all in, and it's obvious everyone has Jack 10.
Yeah, I mean,
That happens a lot. It's like Jack 10 is a very normal hand to 2 cards to have in your hand when you're playing PLO. And if flop comes 8-9 queen, bunch of people are shipping all in, and then there's a flush draw out there. It's like, geez,
maybe
I'm getting it in here with the nuts, but someone has a flush draw here.
You could be drawing dead on the turn.
Yeah, and we could be playing for a 3-way chop here, and someone's like potentially free rolling on me. It's like really sick. It's actually a really scary spot.
No,
It's
that's
which
you.
is what makes this game completely different than Hold'em and so interesting. Is there's a lot to think about. There really is. 3-bet to 10 doesn't seem accurate, but
yeah, no,
it could happen.
Set over set? I don't think
Someone opened to 5 and someone mid.
Well, it's because the bring-in's 5, so we
Okay.
kind of
Oh,
just
okay,
list
okay.
it as 5, as a raise to 5, but it's, when there's a raise to 10,
It's just
it's
the
really
open.
just a raise.
Okay.
Jack 5-5 should go check. Nope, Wayne's gonna bet. I guess I don't mind this bet because there's no good turn cards for Wayne,
Right.
and he's just gonna c-bet once and on a dry board, hope to get it through it. If it doesn't work,
Right.
just give up.
I didn't see his hand very much, but if he only had ace high, it's kind of you don't have much showdown. I mean, ace high and PLO.
Exactly, it's nothing,
It's
yeah.
not much showdown values, so you might as well just get the hand over with.
JJ in the background stopping it, saying what's up. to
Where?
the
I didn't
crew.
see him.
Oh, he was just there a second ago.
In the
Yeah,
stream,
Yeah,
I like JJ.
he's good people.
I saw him at the World Series and gave him a little head nod.
There you go.
That's about it. Being out there during the summer is very interesting. I meet so many people every year and make so many cool friends, like at the poker tables and stuff. It's a really fun
I'm under the
atmosphere.
gun, right? I call.
I'll get the James. Thank you. Action on you.
I call blinds.
I played a lot of PLO actually out
This
there
was
at
a
the
bad
Rio this
idea
year.
last time.
No, it was a great idea. There's just you gotta be like not results oriented. That's all.
I think calling blind I can.
What
only
happened
be
that one
results
hand?
oriented.
You fold.
Haven't seen anything from Ricky yet.
Did you show?
So under the gun,
I
2,
showed 2
3,
cards and then a
4,
third
7. I
card
know
and
you're
then
double
he-
suited,
Yeah,
but
exactly. It's just not a good hand.
7 o'clock.
just
I think
not-
anytime,
one.
if, like I said, if you ask the
third one was a
person,
9 of
would you
diamonds.
play that hand if you had no suits, and they're like,
it
hell
had to
no,
be ace of
Yeah.
then
clubs.
you should be playing
Right.
it with suits.
Yeah, that's a pretty good observation.
10 o'clock.
2, that's 3.
How many? Does
Nobody
he
really
get?
has a great hand here.
I told him
Ace
he
Jack
had
Jack
5
9 is
guesses.
okay.
It's not me.
Was there a straight?
Oh, we
on
gotta
the
keep
board?
Basically
checking
a
on
free
these
roll. There was a straight
cards
on the
over
board.
Yeah, she doesn't have it this
So
time.
whatever the
We
straight
probably
draw
missed
was.
it. No, Chanho Park. This is not uncapped. This is 300 to 1,000. We're playing 2-3 no limit, $5 bring in.
All right, so somebody raises with jacks finally, so
know
we're
what?
gonna
It
wean the
doesn't
field
matter.
here.
Doesn't even matter.
Amber
I
raises
have more
with
cards.
jacks with one suit, and he's getting callers.
In these low-level PLO games, lower level, I should say, you'll see a lot of 4 or 5-way pots. If you're playing 100, 200 PLO or something,
different.
yeah, you're not getting many 4 or 5-way pots. You're getting more heads-up 3-way. And that, I guess that's the case for anything for no limit or PLO.
Is it on me?
That's true.
Ace 5-10, 2 clubs. Gilad, we haven't seen much from him yet. He has a flush draw here.
And he's somehow dominating the field with that flush draw. He's got a pair of tens too.
Yeah, and Hammer has jacks. He has the best hand, and he has a gutter. He's gonna bet. Surf has a full wrap here.
Wayne is gonna play call.
Surf needs
Yeah,
a
he's
4.
gonna continue.
With who?
Surf needs a 4, a 6, an 8, or a jack.
You know, I hate to show boys up when I play golf.
Gilad has queen eye flush draw, but he's probably gonna have to give it up here.
Wow. He does have the world here. If he can
Mine
get rid of
though,
the flush draw,
would be like
he's gonna have a pretty good shot at winning
he
this
would
pot.
actually be upset.
But what does Gilad do? He's in a weird spot, so he's gonna fold because
Yeah.
he only has the second nut
Not
flush
by
draw.
much.
If he had the nut flush draw, he'd probably call.
So this is actually a good spot with a wrap. And he
And that's
gets
the
there,
nuts.
And he gets there.
Oh, they both have it though. They both have the nuts.
Is that because he played golf?
Oh my God.
So
yeah.
we're gonna get stacks in here. Yeah, they're both gonna be upset to see they both have the nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, he was.
And somebody had eights,
God, yeah,
and
I
Gilad
know.
had eights.
He had a set.
So it was a 1-out chop.
Interesting spot.
He
When you have jacks, and then you don't really have any other way of improving except for an offsuit 8, and then it comes. You're just feeling amazing right here. And snap call and.
Oh,
chop it
I
up.
know what I texted you.
Oh, he's gonna relook first.
Jack
Jack
9?
nine.
Hey,
The nuts?
how do you have that hand?
You're
they're both basically saying how do you have it. Yeah. It
He has
doesn't-
2 jacks in his hand too.
It is weird.
Nobody loves it. What did you text me?
Like kissing yourself.
But when you have jacks and you're betting, basically, we had ace jack,
Oh, what was it?
and he bet ace jack on the turn.
With jacks.
How are you ever improving? That's the miracle card. The 8 of diamonds comes and
What's your
saves
spirit
you.
animal? Like a
Wait,
sloth?
he had jacks, so he had the best
He
hand.
had the best hand.
But it wasn't a great hand, relatively speaking.
Well, he had ace jack. That's the best hand. So that's the same thing.
No, jacks. Pocket jack.
Pair of aces he
Game
had.
fucking sucks.
There's
Oh,
on
there's
the
an ace on the
flop.
board. I
Yeah.
forgot. Sorry,
So
I'm
he had
confused.
ace jack.
I'm thinking jacks. I
Right.
forgot there's an ace on the board, so he has. Oh, my bad.
But either
He has
way,
ace.
I don't think he was
You're right,
really
sorry.
happy about his turn bet, like getting called.
No, he
It's
doesn't.
like,
He doesn't like getting called. He
just
just
wanna-
knows he has a backup plan.
right, he just wants to bet.
Sorry, I
and
forgot.
Hope it gets through.
I forgot he had. I'm not thinking.
And sometimes it's like having one pair of aces on the turn in this game is like, it seems like a very thin spot, but it can be good. I mean, if it checks through
What can you
multi-way and you're sitting there with a pair of aces, it might be good.
Embrace the losses.
I figured I'm sending Gil's seat. He took all your money yesterday, so.
Even though one pair in PLO doesn't seem like a very dominating hand, the aces specifically as one pair can be a dominating pair with only one card to come left.
Wow. Oh my god.
The good one?
They're all so good.
This game sucks, seriously.
Oh, he's gonna stack me.
Get me in there, man. I'm down to play. All right, we got jacks and kings now.
Brian folded?
Double suited jacks
out.
and
So I
double
can
suited
call blind.
kings. Should be some pre-flop movement here.
And Hammer's going to defend his
Find them.
butt.
They're in there. Take them back.
Colleen has
I also will check
2
blind.
nut hearts, but she has 3
No
hearts
exception,
actually.
which I'm betting
I'll check too.
You check
Sir,
too?
just
Oh,
calling
we
with the
checked
double
blind.
suited kings. Like,
Blind.
It's okay.
it's okay.
Oh, I can't wait what I
When that flop comes, you're happy you did it.
Cool, because we stream poker, right?
Let's see what's going on here. So Colleen has the best hand here with ace
Oh, it's a
queen
great
and a
song.
backdoor
But don't say it for the
It's
flush
on you.
draw.
It's
You
not
already
on me. I already
Backdoor
checked.
straight draws.
Way
Oh.
ahead of you.
Somebody bet.
checks
'cause
around.
I can't look into
Pocket
someone
nines
bet.
again.
Oh, she didn't look
Playing
yet.
blind too, and she has the best hand. She's dominating everyone. Has
Nobody
no
has a
idea.
9. Goes checks around. When everyone checks, you should have the best hand.
Just in case.
When you're playing blind,
Just
yeah.
in case I have the nuts.
She bet
Don't
blind.
look, Colleen.
No,
Don't
she
look.
bet
Oh,
blind.
Okay, good.
Tell me
I'm not-
it was.
Just bet
not
blind there.
fucking
If it
crazy.
checks through on two full streets, like yeah, just bet.
Surf might call here knowing that she bet
Amber, how do you
blind.
spell it?
Look at that. Double
No,
suited.
he's not gonna call.
You
Look
don't
at
think
him.
so?
Look at how he's holding his cards. He's gonna throw it away. Yep.
Okay, we'll look together. That's not good.
Amber
was
called
blind?
with a queen.
That's not good. Oh, I
Oh,
missed.
see?
Oh,
Really?
I knew I had the nuts.
Yes!
She got
Wow.
called by queen because she didn't look at her hand.
Because she didn't look and she
Of course
bet
you didn't
small.
look at her hand. You didn't look at your hand, right?
No, I didn't look.
I have to call it.
Betting 30
I
into
wouldn't bet then. I would
100.
just check and hope that
You know,
everybody
there's a decent
checked.
amount of people that are gonna look you up there.
That
Especially
You
when
would
you're
have
playing
raised
blind.
there. Yes, in
Aces
fact, that
against
maybe
kings.
would have been the
Small
right
blind,
play.
quads.
But being that I was blind, thanks.
Thank you.
That one, we got a little
Enjoy your
bit
game. Thank you.
back.
Drinking Chardonnay?
I'll let you look at one card. That's
Damn,
not
this
yet.
prop is not
so
very
cool.
active.
I
I thought it would be
know.
more. I thought it would be hitting a lot more for
I'll
us.
forget.
Yeah,
later.
it's not that easy.
I'll just-
Some big hand
I'll
will
just-
happen.
All right, this hand, somebody's gonna get it.
I hope so. If not, we might have to
Yeah.
add.
What are we
some
doing?
other
10 or
props.
20? What do we bet? 20, right?
We can do 10, and if it doubles 20,
Is that what we're doing? Okay.
or we can do
Just
20.
making sure
and
because I
double
wasn't.
40.
All right, we'll do 10 and 20.
All right, 10.
So 10. We're on for 10 no matter what. If it's double, then meaning if they have a pair of that card, then it's
Or
20.
if there's 3,
I appreciate that.
it's triple.
Okay, sure.
Scored in
Alright.
Oh, it's 4 quadruple.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Good one.
That'd be
Oh,
epic
yeah,
if
big
that
one.
actually
Everybody thought it
happened
was
for
gonna be
us.
So
US
10's our
US
baseline.
Mexico.
Uh,
Oh, Jesus.
Mark is going to play this hand. He comes in.
Another
See, that's a
card.
raisable hand really good.
Yeah, but he just limps in for the
might be
minimum
good.
there.
80.
7654 is a good hand. See, this is,
Probably.
you know,
No, you probably like
the
5.
type of hand I'm talking about here where,
Probably like 5.
you know, I don't care about the suits that much.
Well, it's
7654
4, 5,
is
6,
playable.
7. Yeah, 4,
It's
5, 6,
playable.
7
I can
is
hear you.
definitely playable multi-way.
And Amber with
Yeah, no
aces, so
problem.
he's going to pot this to, what, 25 or 30 here?
Chris.
30.
See, he did.
Chris.
Colleen does not have a 7 of spades.
I'll give you the correct one.
She folds. Mark's going to come in. Surf has Jack 9, 8, 8.
Will called on the button with an end round
Seat
hand.
6 cards.
Ha!
And now everybody's calling.
You didn't hear that?
Oh, King, King, Jack 8.
Okay.
So we got some legit hands. Surf probably, yeah, as you see, the least equity of the 5 players, the worst hand here. Deuce 5, 10. Nobody
Check.
with a 10. So Amber stays out in front
Check.
here. And a gutter for Gilad and a backdoor flush draw.
Check to you.
And this feels like a good flop for aces.
Yeah, I would just bet here from Amber and just see what happens.
But
I don't like
he's-
checking through and giving everybody equity.
Exactly. Oh, well, he's gonna get kings to bet for him, so he
Okay.
should be able to. The field should win here, and he can call now to close the action, which is nice. Okay. Yes.
But I mean, if he had bet flop, Will still would have called.
Right.
Um,
And with only one player behind you, it's too risky to check there. I would rather call.
yeah,
bet.
I bet. Yeah. But now Amber's gonna. I mean, he should just be calling here. He should never be check raising.
Right.
I mean, you could.
But he just feels good. He's
I
got to
would-
feel good to close the action here and have aces on this board. But it looks like he's cutting out chips. To, oh no, he's just calling. That's 80. Okay.
False.
Let's see.
I wouldn't mind a lead on the turn,
Heads up.
Right, to just keep the pot kind of.
especially
in
if a
control.
spade comes and you pick up a flush draw as well. Deuce 5, 4. Like, especially in PLO, I think people are checking back turns a lot
Right.
when they don't have the nuts.
Right.
Like, say someone has a set and the turn is a flush board, they're just checking back.
I feel like it's gonna go check check.
Oh,
We're no limit. Like, even
kidding.
if a flush
I
comes and you have a set, you're still
understand.
betting
I'm, like,
most of the
way down
time.
the hell
Right.
But in PLO, people are playing even tighter.
today
on
is
the turn,
just
I
been a
think.
shit show way in heaven.
Check
And
check.
so my point was that I would have liked a lead here for Hammer. If you're gonna check call flop, why not just lead turn?
Oh, and then you bank it on the river,
Shy,
and
you're
now
playing
you're
limit
kind of
episodes and you
upset that you played it so slow.
But now there's also a 4-liner on the board, and when Will bets flop, he could have some of those hands.
They'd be
He
like,
could.
"This is the hottest guy we've ever seen."
I'm still
Ever.
feeling pretty confident heads up right here with this.
Yeah, this is just a easy bet fold spot, or maybe bet call spot. So Amber should be
Man, I'm
betting
full.
something
You go
like 105 here, I think.
Karaoke process.
Yeah,
150 is
But how do you,
50.
what's the
It's a little too
prop?
big.
too much.
Because again, Will could have a straight here.
That,
hmm
man.
Because a prop bet isn't like. a
But
truth
you
card
want
game.
Will to call with two pair. You want him to call. You want to think about. Okay, so he's betting for value. What is going to continue? What is going to
Here.
call you? And you want to bet accordingly to that. And you know he's betting a lot right here. And I
Oh
think
no, I'm not.
a straight is probably the only thing that's going to look him up, or maybe ace 10.
Yeah, here's the thing. You have 2 aces in your hand. There's an ace on the board. It's unlikely
What?
for Will to have an
But I'm
ace.
not-
Right.
No, I don't do it.
He's gonna call.
Wow,
I'm surprised he called
the
because
hero.
what hand do you think Amber check raises or check calls there with? if it's not a set, if it's not aces, hands you lose to, then it's got to be some sort of straight draw there on ace deuce 5, which you beat as well. And it's another reason why if I'm Ammer, I'm bet a little bit smaller because you have straights in your range.
Right.
And so now you don't even have the top of your range with top set. And so I would bet a little bit smaller there, just because it's so easy for you to have a straight. And if Will figures that out, then he should be folding a hand like kings.
Right.
But he does call, so
He
they
definitely
level each other.
Should be folding there. I mean, with the way the line went, where he had initiative on the flop with kings, and he's betting, and then your opponent's check calling, and then checking again on the turn, and then all of a sudden he wants to lead on the river into you. I find that rarely in those spots are those people bluffing. Like, check call the flop and then check the turn, and you have, showdown value with kings, but then all of a sudden you're heroing with kings. I don't know about that.
Not anything.
Who's gonna lose
No, they're
set
all
over
pretty
set?
specific.
They're very specific.
Tough spot though. He had kings, and
Oh, finally.
the other dude had aces, and he was definitely gonna lose some money no matter what in that spot.
In November or October, he prop bet me that I would
So
have
at least he
dates
checked
on
back the
Valentine's
turn
Day.
and
Something
didn't
I
lose a
could
bet there as
control.
well.
It was worth the $10. It's like $10.
Come on, Colleen,
but
pick
it
up that
was-
7 of spades
I'm
one
looking
time.
at
Let me
girlfriends.
just get some of that good Ryan.
Hey,
It's really tough.
maybe that was a date.
Put it straight in the pocket,
counts
put it
as a
straight
date
into
with
my
a
bank
boy.
account.
Oh,
You did specify gender, and you don't even know I'm a lesbian.
Do you take
Kidding.
Bitcoin?
I'm not.
I would, except for it's on a little bit of a downtrend right now.
40?
Oh my God.
But
That's the time if you want it.
I plan to buy more. Yeah, I do actually.
Heads up.
Wait, he bet that you wouldn't.
I'm just sticking with
He
Bitcoin.
bet that I would
Oh, he bet you
go
would.
on.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it the top 3: the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and that's it.
Yeah, it's just too
What
What does your
Oh,
mom
my
think
God.
about you saying you're not a lesbian?
And it's very swingy right now.
Can't
Can't
Very
do it, so I'm just
swingy.
gonna
No matter
stick,
my
you
Long
know,
term.
hope that 3 years from now it goes to
As parents.
500K.
Does she know you're not a
It's
lesbian?
it's a sweet little long-term investment.
So we got top pair for Wayne here, and not much but back doors. Oh,
Will
flush
has
draw
a
actually.
flush
for Will.
draw. Will has a flush draw.
Flush draw
You
for
don't have
Will,
to have
okay.
a girlfriend.
He's
dude.
betting the
I'm a
flush
le-
draw,
to be a
and
lesbian.
Wayne's gonna have
you
to
lesbian?
play out of position with the pair of aces here.
I actually wouldn't mind a fold here for Wayne because what are you going to do on the turn of the river out of position?
That's the thing. Yeah, he's got the best hand here, but he's not going to be happy on all 3 streets. He's not going to improve, and so he should either choose to go with it here, which would also be terrible.
It
I
is
think
going
he's going to
south.
fold. Yeah,
That
there
is
it is.
absolutely true.
It's south. It is done
Yeah.
south.
Position, position, position. If you want to be good at poker, learn about playing hands in position.
See the VPIPs there in the Twitch chat.
Right?
So far, Surf leading the way at 75%.
I'm not fast.
Ammer right there, 62%. Tightest so far is Mark at 18%. Ammer opening up 37% of his hands. Wayne at 25%. And you see it there.
Big winner is Will right now,
Uh,
which makes sense. He had kings like 3 or 4 times.
yeah, although he did just pay off with Kings last hand. He was up over
Yeah.
1,000 before that
And
hand.
you have to be in the
Ricky
hand,
also
yeah.
doing well so far.
It'd be funny as a hand
If
or something
you
else.
need to clarify something,
Stacks
you're gonna
are
need to
somewhat deep
clarify
for
rules that
2-3.
Yeah, I
unlikely
mean, it's really
to
2-5,
2-5, yeah.
5-5, but yeah. And in this game,
You gotta be fucking kidding.
with 2-3 blinds with a $5 bring-in, you can actually fold a little bit more than you normally would in the blinds because it's only $2, but you're not, the bring-in's 5, so
stressed out. So that's
like
what we
if someone opens to
do. The guy who
15
just
in
put his hand
a
on
5-5 game
Mm-hmm.
and you're in the blinds, then you're calling extra 10,
This is a
right?
very
But now if
weird
someone
hand.
opens to 15 in this game
Clear.
and you just have $2 invested, so you're kind of like 7xing your small blind as opposed to 3xing it, if that makes sense.
Right.
So you actually can play a little bit tighter in the blinds in this game than you would in a
Well,
normal
Wayne is
game.
surprised.
Right.
He
That's how I roll,
folded, so-
Wayne.
I like games with 3 blinds. Like having a forced straddle in this game, I think would make the game a little bit better. Like if button $5 or under the gun $5 or whatever, I think it would make the game a little bit better.
On the river.
I'm
On the river.
I'm lately, even since that ante game, I've just seen how much more having more dead money in the middle makes the game so much funner and just so much better to play.
That is my favorite number.
The nits die out
You can
and
beat it, I fold.
people loosen up their pre-flop range so much more.
Yeah, the ante game's been going really well.
It becomes more poker, instead of just like this grinding robotic
A backdoor wrap.
Board
terrible.
with 2 kings.
I mean, I was talking to my boy about this. Just all the robots in poker right now are just killing the game.
I could be
And,
that.
We need people that are going to talk at the table, people that are going to play hands, give action, they're going to bluff.
I
Right.
think I queen high.
We love those type of guys. All for that. I think the ending game is great because, like you said, it makes people play.
Brings
forces
that
people to
out.
play hands. You know, you can't just fold from another position every hand
Right.
because you have $5 in the pot.
You know what
so
I had?
we're gonna keep
You?
this ante game going every
Father,
Thursday.
I
This
don't-
Thursday,
Hammer,
tomorrow
What do
we're
you
doing
think
a
I
sit
had?
go.
Me?
But
No, I said it.
Next month.
I
other
said
than
that you either
other
have
than
a flush
tomorrow,
or you had
every
chips in your
Thursday is going to
hand.
be the ante
I
game,
did have trips.
and
'Cause those are
That's
the only
good,
things
man.
that
we're just gonna keep it going.
I think it's good.
Online strips.
In general, like I said, at least 3 blinds, like 5, 5, 10 with a straddle,
Oh,
or the
fuck.
5, 10, 20 is
Yeah.
great. It's a great game you
Oh,
guys have here too.
no.
5, 10, 20 with the forced 20 is like
Especially on a
a lot of
drunk
action.
Yeah, and maybe at some point in the future we'll do a smaller ante game as well. Maybe we'll do,
Definitely don't
you know,
fold.
300,000
Definitely
game,
don't.
1-2 with $2 ante.
I mean, we're
or
not actually
Maybe we'll do a 5-5
enough
uncapped
for you to
game. We
play
could
it.
try a lot of things
Oh,
in the
it's gonna
fall.
get deep.
So, you know, anybody that has
I'm not,
feedback
man. Have fun, boys.
or suggestions,
I think people like it. From
Oh.
what I've seen, the
Yeah.
anti game's getting more popular now. You know, people were kind of confused, I think, in the beginning, like, what, a 5-5 anti game, and it's like everyone's putting in
I
a
did it.
big
You
blind.
fucking saw me. I
But,
swear to God, I spread it out.
Seems
No
to be
problem. He was
attracting a lot of players now.
Spread that shit like a motherfucker.
Let's see. So Will's got kings once again. How good are you running? You just get kings like every hand.
I mean, in PLO though, a specific starting hand isn't like in No Limit. If you get kings every hand, you're gonna crush. If you get PLO, if you get kings every hand, it doesn't mean you're gonna win. It's not like
I know.
it matters what is with
Feels
it.
good though.
Right? Yeah.
I like looking at kings,
But
especially if
it's-
there's suits.
It's just a good playable hand.
Oh,
I
he
mean,
folded it pre.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not.
Wow.
That, I mean, and then you get a 7-8-9 flop. What are you doing with kings, right?
Mucky.
It's not that good of a hand.
So Wayne bets 20 with blockers to the nuts, which is smart, and
What?
he's
9.
gonna win
9.
because no one ever has anything on 7-8-9 when you have 2 10s.
G Money said, Derek, have you ever played 5-card PLO high only?
Great rap artist. bro.
High only 5 card? I have not.
It's basically 5-card PLO.
I've played Big O with high low.
Pot
and,
limit or limit?
Limit, and it's like just a pile
Hey,
of
they're in the
chips
same
in the
video,
middle, and then
yeah.
dealers constantly
I've
trying
played
to
that.
stack the chips up.
I have played 5-card PLO actually at home.
Okay.
And it's definitely a different game and it's fun.
Went against all
I've seen it spread before, but I've never sat down in
It's the
it.
same game, you just need to have even a stronger hand.
Right. 4 cards is a lot to keep track of already.
Oi.
Have you ever played 11-card PLO?
Heads up, 11 cards pre. Yeah, that's just too much.
Get nuts with the redraw to the nut to the redraw to the nut.
Yep, looks good.
And the blockers.
I'm not into chopping pots, so I don't really necessarily like high-low games.
15.
Just some guy on YouTube said, what are they playing with $1 chips? Why do they have so many chips for stack sizes? The $1 chips, the blue and white chips, are for tips and also for the blinds because we're playing 2-3 blinds and $5 bring in. And so if you put a yellow in the blinds and you fold the blind, you're going to get change. All right, we got a multi-way situation here brewing.
We're never getting a game, boys.
Ammer's going to raise it up
choose.
with
So we
ace,
get
queen,
2 and 3
10, 9.
cards.
I got something
Badoogie.
good, and I saw what you raised.
Have you ever played Badoogie, by the way?
No.
Oh, you
And yeah, it's spread a lot at the private games.
Badoogie is?
Yeah, well, I've seen it.
Badoogie is spread at private games?
People playing it.
What?
Specific people that I see playing it. That I've
Played
never
it
played.
here. We have a cool
Oh, I don't know.
12-24 mixed game here that I've dabbled.
12-24, huh?
Yeah, it's small. It plays like
It was king, and then
2-5.
Oh, when you showed the.
Wayne with
I
aces
just got my
here,
fourth
and
card, though,
he
couldn't
is
I?
going to make it 90. It's actually it's technically a 3-bet. but
He's
we have
trying to
4
get
bet.
it all in here pre, which makes sense.
Yeah.
He had a short stack.
So it goes limp, 15, 15, 90.
I had aces. Ace
Wayne
high
takes
club.
it down with aces.
ace high club.
In PLO, when people polarize their hands pre and you're deep, I just love peeling.
Yeah, because it's so much easier to figure out what they have.
It's so beautiful. Like now, you can just play perfectly against their aces or their kings, and if they're new to the game and they're just only waiting for aces, generally they're also gonna get married to those aces because they waited so long for them. And so, if you hit the right flop, obviously
trips
you
is
can
size
expect to
true.
get stacks in, or at
Besides
least get a
trips,
check
I like
raise
that.
in
Besides
if you
trip
get the right
aces.
flop. And
Or let's do a flip. Let's do a PLO.
so I also try to avoid polarizing my
So there's two
hand,
ways.
pre-flop and PLO as
do
much
it
as
at
I can.
-50.
Like
Anyone
I'll just
else in?
flat
I
with
blacked out. I'm
aces
sorry.
in
Stop
position,
listening.
or I won't 3-bet out of the
That's a
blinds
guy's
with
job.
aces
Win with
very
Chris
often
and
out of
Pam.
position
$50
because I
is
just
like
give
that.
away my hand,
Exactly.
and now I'm out of position.
And it's not like
with
people
a
are gonna
terrible
fold.
spot.
It's
Yeah,
$50. I guess
people aren't gonna
it's $50
fold.
too.
Yeah,
You're just bloating the pot out of
Yeah.
position.
I was thinking
and then they know exactly what you have, so they
Yeah,
can
if
play
it
perfect.
if it goes limp, and I'm in the big blind with aces, just check.
Yeah, exactly. Just slow.
Because now they don't know you have aces,
Right.
and you're not gonna get everyone to fold
You
anyway.
don't have a hand.
Exactly.
Like you win with a bluff.
And someone might have an ace in their hand, and you might flop a set, and then someone flops 2 pair, and boom,
Or you
boom.
might set up a set though.
Right.
You know what I mean? The other two cards could play to win the hand, but you have to.
Ace, king, king, 6. Nice hand
I
for
like
serve
this hand,
here.
yeah. I like this
Sorry.
hand.
Oh, I had ace of diamonds.
Doesn't matter what two
Ace
cards
of
you
nine.
It's in you have to.
Yeah.
They still haven't had their card.
I haven't seen it from Colleen
Oh
yet.
my
Not
God.
the cases, yeah.
But the graphics go up and down so fast. It's like
It's hard to
I
follow.
wish I was paying attention more.
That's definitely super apply.
Ace 9-8. Serve with ace king,
If you win,
and
Kind
Brian.
of a bad flop for
is it actually
8-7-4-4.
or does that
I
have to be
mean,
one?
there's not a lot of good flops for
Yeah.
7-4-4.
It's hard to take a hand.
He tried though. Valiant effort with the
Okay, I'm
8-7-4-4.
good with 100.
I still don't understand all the rules.
The rules are if you have a hand with at least 3 of a kind, pre-flop.
Whether you win it because it's actually the best hand, or
Yeah.
you win it from bluffing.
I like
Doesn't have
getting
to be
props
win.
going in the
Anyway.
game as well.
You show the end, and
If
Right
you
now it's down
can
100
get it,
bucks.
anything to get
Sure.
money
Yeah.
flowing, to get money moving around, I'm all for it.
You
Props.
folded, therefore
It's
you
already
won.
applied.
No,
This
and
one
the
time we
ace
got
doesn't
this girl.
count.
We got this
Oh.
girl, this
part
small
of it.
girl, very small, to eat this gigantic burrito like
it
this.
doesn't have to get showed
It
out.
doesn't
I don't even
have
know
to,
how
but
big
you
it was.
have
It
to
was
Yeah,
probably
show it
like
if
you wanna get
bigger
paid.
than Chipotle burritos. And we were like, okay, if you can eat, the whole table basically was getting on. It was like, if you could eat this in like less than 45 seconds to a minute, like we'll all pay you like
I'm probably gonna
$100.
have it right now.
And she was like down for it.
How much is it
And
for?
somehow
Hundo.
You're gonna get money
um,
in this game.
the security ended up getting involved and coming over to the table and being like, you can't do this, like she's gonna die. And like they stopped the whole thing from happening. Like they were like, you guys can't make prop bets at the table, you can't do anything on the side. And they were like, something could happen to her.
Yeah, again,
And I was just like, God, dude, people just hating on us, just trying to have a good time.
40.
7, 8, 8, 10 for Amber. This is a cool hand, double suited. Wayne and Brian with a bunch of hot garbage.
Look at it. The hot garbage is, look at the equities. I mean, you got hot garbage and you still got
Hot
32.
garbage with one suit though for Wayne.
The hands are all very similar here.
Yeah.
Let's hope for some middling cards to come out.
Oh, there's 2 of them. But there are 3 spades. A set for Amber here.
And it's a monotone board, so it's going to be slow.
Check, check, check.
On these monotone boards, I like taking small stabs.
Amber's gonna bet.
Like, no one's going to continue with much. And when they do continue,
You can
whether
just shut
they
down.
whether they call or raise, you're getting a lot of information because it's a
Yeah.
monotone board.
Exactly.
I would have bet smaller, but 120 is about half. Oh no, was that full pot?
No, he bet pot.
Jesus. So I mean, you're polarizing. You're saying you have the nuts when you bet full pot into a board like this, and
Or you have aces.
yeah, they're hoping that everyone folds.
And Amber takes
Goes
the
bluff. Goes bluff.
probably the best hand.
This is the last week of the Live the Bike Challenge. If you guys are a part of
Are you still doing that?
Yeah, this is the last week. Dan Carnan has it wrapped up. This is the last week, and players today, you can still win for the week. The players for today are Surf and Wayne and Colleen.
All right, let's add another prop in here.
You're really
You think of
hoping
something?
to
'Cause
raise
this is
the
like
grade
not
bar.
juicy at all, and I'm itching over here.
Yeah, that's also.
I'm still gonna
that'd
keep a
be
lookout for
pretty
my
sweet.
card, but
I used to get $200. Yeah.
Okay, let's do next person to pot it.
next person to say pot.
Yeah, but we're not listening, so they just have to pot it because
Okay.
we're not really.
And we pick a player, or
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you pick first. So this will be for. We'll do this one for 20. So the other one is 10 with double. We'll do this one for 20. So
I feel like Brian's been potting a lot, so I'll have to go with Brian.
all right, I'll go with. I'll go with Will.
All right. Not this hand, next hand.
Yeah, next
Can I
hand.
make an order?
Okay, so we got 2 props going.
Next person to just pot in general, even
Yeah.
even
Pre-flop, flop, turn, river,
Okay.
whatever.
All right.
They don't have to say it. Just we gotta pay attention to the bet size. Has to be exact pot. It can't even be like $2 short. So like if they bet 75 here, it doesn't count. King 6-2. I don't know what Galad has.
50.
Nobody else has anything.
C2 cards, please.
This is kind of just one of those lockdown boards.
I like this bet by Ricky because his cards go around the king here.
Right.
And so there's a lot of good barreling cards in the turn,
Lot of-
including clubs as well.
A lot of good turn cards can come for that hand, and
It's such a dry flop.
It's a great. It's like I said. It's like these dry boards like this, or like the monotone boards, or basically lockdown boards, where it's like you have it or you don't. Take small stabs, and you're only gonna get looked up by people that have it probably. So
How many more do you have?
instead of checking through, throw 20 to 60 bucks out there and see what happens.
Kanye for president.
Open 24 hours. The guy in the pink is Derek. This is Derek Longjar.
Salmon, okay.
Salmon, yeah. Not even. I don't even know what that is. But he plays in a lot of our games, the 510, the Any game. He plays PLO as well. So he's joining me in the booth today, making his debut.
Oh.
Yep, I will
Just
play
now?
any
When I was
game
under the
as
gun?
long as there's not too
Nobody
many
looked?
robots. As long as it's a loud game,
Wait, what?
people are talking, people are having a good time.
Actually,
Get
we'll
me in
find out,
there.
right?
I'll see it
Yeah,
on the
we'll find out. I'm saying you probably had chip kings.
Ah, that's nice that we can.
We haven't seen much from Ricky yet today. We haven't
Actually
seen much
see
from
it.
Gilad
I
yet.
mean, it doesn't-
He didn't build his castle back,
Well, it's gonna be
so that
awesome.
must have
Broke it
taken a
down?
while. Yeah, he broke it down to go all
Maybe I
in,
would've lost
so that's kind of a
five.
tell.
Oh, what hand did he go all in on? I don't even remember.
He went all in. I'm trying to remember what he had, but I remember they got stacks in, and he started breaking down his chip castle, and I was like, oh.
So surprised Surf doesn't raise, and surprise, and Mark doesn't. So Mark has pocket aces under the gun, but 3 aces, and Surf has a great hand, and he just
Colleen has
calls.
7 of spades. Boom,
Oh,
boom, boom,
ship it.
boom, boom.
All right, so you won. So that one's dead now, right?
Yep.
So you 10. Should we keep that one going? Or?
I'm down to keep it going. The
All right,
whole
we'll
game.
just keep it going.
All right. And she flops 2 pair, queens and 7s, aces. This is not a good board for trip
This is one of
aces.
those 2 pairs which can be a bad 2 pair here.
Right.
It's good right now though.
Right.
But just in general, you know, this type of board.
How much do I owe you?
She has a flush draw as well, so it's
150?
good.
Is that
But
what you put in my other
top
hand?
and bottom,
But
some,
then I
or
bought
bottom
the
2
ring,
especially
like
sometimes
180-ish.
can be
Minus the drink.
Okay, so
Very
what's
5 went for the rake, right? But it's
I like
He's
Colleen.
fine.
He put in
bet
20
under.
or?
He didn't
I like
pay.
that she talks to the players when she plays.
2.
I think there's a lot of women out there that don't do that,
Yeah.
and they don't really take advantage of some of the psychological aspects and things that you can pick up. Being a woman and engaging with other people in the hand, I think she does a really good job of like interrogating her opponents
You're
and
gonna do
figuring
it,
out
put
where
it all
she's
in
at.
now, and then I
You
go
know?
Exactly. She's definitely a live player.
Yeah.
Surf
Makes us
turns
slow
top
and
2
painful.
here.
Oh no. So now Queen 7 is not looking good with the king showing
So
up.
now she has a 6-high flush draw.
And she bet.
No,
so
she
called.
check called, yeah.
Check calls, and aces is still in there. I don't like that. Oh,
Well, he's gonna
at-
fold.
He might fold right here.
I think he's gonna fold here.
I gotta ask a stupid question. Is everybody playing that?
Trip game? It's us 3.
Oh.
So
I am
Only if
not
you
playing it,
only
sir.
I never answered, so I just wanted to know.
Yeah, we're not.
I
He
might.
never
They have some
answers.
sort of prop bet going?
I might.
No, I don't know.
I think he was asking about some sort of
Heads up.
bet they're doing, because he said, "As everyone, they're doing some sort of side bet on something."
Oh, and Colleen gets there with the flush. Good for her.
Oh,
Is-
Ramsey, dude, donating 15 bucks. Send Colleen another beer. Looks like a shock top or blue moon.
What about my beer, Ramsey?
I'm probably not gonna
Thanks,
fold
Ramsey, for the
whatever
support
you
for the
bet,
donation.
so.
That was, yeah, that was-
Appreciate it.
So how are they doing that? Venmo or what? How are they doing that?
No, you can on Twitch or on YouTube. There's a button to support us. On YouTube, there's a
And you
money
can
sign in
send
the
a
chat.
message like that?
Yeah,
oh my
and
God.
so
I'm
he
gonna
did it-
send
he did it
messages
on-
all the time now.
He did it on Twitch, and so if you make a donation, then you can write a message and it'll come up on the screen and we'll read it.
Colleen's gonna
Okay.
bluff me on my
I'm
reply.
definitely going to be sending messages now. Because I know you'll read them when they're for money.
Yeah, for sure.
Little $5 message
Rate
just
whatever
to
you
troll.
want. And everyone will see it. It comes up for everybody.
Oh, really? Oh, that's great. That's even better.
I just-
So
I
she
feel like
value
you're
bets
scared
the
of
6 high flush, which I like
feel like?
because she had position, he checked, So,
I have?
or no, did she just lead into him?
Show me 2.
I think she did. I'm not. I guess that's okay. It's pretty
I
unlikely
give
that he
away a
has a
lot
flush,
if I show
but
you two.
when you have position with a small flush, I think
me
going
one.
for value is much easier
show
than
one?
just leading into a player
That's no fun.
out of position with a small flush, especially when the flush draw was there from the beginning on the board.
I can't show anymore.
But it's pretty obvious
Why?
at this
I
point
showed him
that
like 8
he's
last time.
heroing.
Yeah,
top two.
Should be an easy fold here for Surf.
I have top 2.
Fold.
And she's being very nice, telling him to fold the top 2, which
I have at least a queen.
I tend to do a
Just
lot
saying.
too sometimes when I'm in live games and I'm being nice. I just tell people
You
what
have
to
top
really
2
do.
and
And sometimes
else?
they reverse themselves and they're like, oh, she's telling me to fold, I better call.
That was actually a huge turn for Surf. Not only did he
You
have
didn't have,
top
like,
2, but he had an open ender as well.
Right.
Of course I did.
8 or something.
Now he's showing and he's folding.
Do you
Good
wanna
fold
table
by
it?
Surf.
Yeah.
Can't show. I was waiting for you to show trips, actually. I was scared.
But that's the beauty of talking during
I was ahead of
play
the class.
and
See, in 10
being willing to
minutes.
engage with your opponents. Like,
2 pairs.
if he was just sitting there quiet and didn't ask and didn't say
Turn
anything
me slightly
to
better
her,
2 pairs.
he might not have got away from
And
it.
I remember your
But because he was willing to engage with Colleen and she was willing to be nice and say, hey, I made a
Good
flush,
fold,
like
good
fold,
Don't do it again.
he got away from it. Big, I'm just a big on
roasted for that 6-3.
not
Go
being
over the phone,
robots.
there's, like,
Like,
all these
I'm
text
just
messages that
getting
you
tired
get
of
sick,
seeing
fucking
people
three.
poker tables. I talked to this guy yesterday
Well,
at
it
the table.
wasn't pretty.
Oh, yeah.
And he was being super quiet. I was like, hey, man, you know,
River,
like, so what's
you
up? Are
rivered
you,
the
are you
boat.
always this quiet? And he
You're
literally
like,
looks at
what do
me,
you think I
doesn't
had?
say
You're almost in
anything.
the clear.
I wasn't even thinking about that. Where are you?
I was
I
like,
People
wow.
tell me to shut up
and
at
it
the
was
table.
a
I talk
super
too
dry
much.
board other than the straight.
If you haven't checked out liveatthebike.com yet, please do. Use the promo code POKER. You can get the first week free.
How do I have
And
the
you can watch
6-3?
all of our videos going back over a decade in our
If I have the
archive.
6-3, I can have the 7.
Whenever you want, on
But you
demand.
gotta think
It's
about what you're
$19.99 a month.
Only in relation to what I can
$199 a year if you
possibly
want the diamond
not have.
package.
Yeah, I know, I
And we
remember.
got a lot of great
Like, I'd
benefits
have to
coming in
be
the future. We're
bluffing
working on
with a
some
worse
content that we'll have
Then you're
exclusively for subscribers.
7-4. Am I ever
There's
folding
a lot in
two
there
pair
as
when
well
you're
right
repping
now.
7-4?
We have some interviews in the Players Lounge shows with
Am I ever folding
Bryce
2 pair when you're
Yaki,
You
repping
might-
Volk,
7-4?
Alex
I think you're
Morelli,
folding 2
a
pairs.
bunch of them in there as
I'm
well.
not
Ron,
raising, though.
Eldar,
You're not
and
raising.
we have
Why would I raise
some
2 pair if you're
some
repping
videos
7-4?
from Bart Hansen from his website that are in there, some stuff
Yeah,
from
I
Red
don't
Chip
know
Poker.
what I have
A lot of stuff in there exclusively for subscribers if you subscribe at liveatthebike.com, and a lot more coming in the next few months. So check it out. Watch all of our
Game is over.
games, No
guys.
Limit, PLO, Limit, tournaments, whatever you want, it's all there.
Drinks that they give me.
And you can filter by commentator or by
Get
player.
anything. You're getting a little
Be sure to
personal.
check it out.
No, I'm just.
Takes
I think
longer
it's
to
worth
drink.
it.
It
It's
just
a
I
good
just mean
subscription. I'm a
phone
subscriber.
I just mean phone
I've
number.
learned a
Yeah.
lot from watching
One of them, their friend
this show
got phone number.
specifically.
Okay. That's it.
It's
I
hard to
wasn't talking
find
about,
live
friend
poker
private stuff.
where it's streamed and every hand is played.
And they're real people. They're not just
Yeah. superstars.
superstars. These are
Exactly.
regular guys.
So
2, 3,
there's a
5.
lot to learn
$5
on by watching these types of games.
You can't
And they're hard to find, like I said. And Live at the Bike is
No, it
by
has to
far
be
on the
like-
top
if you
as
want
far
to
as all the
straddle,
live
You don't have
stream
to do it, but if you
games
want
that
to.
I've seen. I mean, I
have a
know
round of-
Bellagio's doing one now, but
What are
I
we talking
don't.
about?
I've never
Cool.
watched it.
Oh,
Never heard
Vegas,
anything
phone
good about it. But
Holy shit. Here we go again.
I signed up probably
I think we
like
should do a random
6 months ago, and I haven't
hope-
regretted
I
it
hope
for
you win.
sure. I've just been watching a ton of videos.
Poor George Lucas. Oh, who? Did I pay for this? I did pay for this. I don't
So
think I gave her enough.
who's got the button here?
I just gave her
Will
money
has the
because I was
button,
thinking
and he's
about it.
raising with ace 10 9 4
I know
with the suited ace. I'm actually okay with that. Position is everything here.
Yeah, they keep saying that, but
And he's heads up with surf with an unknown hand.
Shout out
just
to
have,
Kush
like,
Train
blank,
1.
blank.
What's up, man?
Surf had kings. He's tilted that an ace came. He's going to check all the way and probably fold. Hopefully will go for some value here at some point.
not
Bet
folding
20 or
this time.
something.
You have an ace?
God.
Yeah.
You're good.
Ace at 10.
I think.
Not folding
I'm
this
not really
time.
paying attention. Suck.
I mean, I like that surf just flatted with kings. Didn't 3-bet there. It's just a
Straddling? We
really,
doing a round of straddles?
Yeah.
really bad kings.
Patrick, tell Tell Lewis to
Anybody have a
have the
DM,
cocktail
bro?
waitress send
for
a
A G-string.
beer, another beer for Colleen,
my watch.
and that I'll pay for it.
Passport?
I don't have a passport on me. I got, I can't tell you what I have in my pocket.
Real
But
question.
it's worth money.
Who are you gonna challenge? Heads up.
It's tell him it's courtesy.
That's
Yeah,
real
exactly.
Tell
Get a
Colleen
wire
it's
coming.
courtesy of
Get a wire
Ramsey.
coming.
Do we know Ramsey?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
long does this take?
I have 2 watches and 1 in my pocket.
It's going, Ramsey.
Unless
coming,
you have them
it's
all on the
coming.
table
Being
with your
delivered.
hat and your clothes.
They get mad, I do it, and then they say no.
With a straddle.
Shit's getting old.
I don't play No Limit yet.
I don't know. I'm at that line where you either
6-5,
fucking
right?
keep drinking and just go
6-4.
all out.
Your card boss.
And redecorate the
Raise
floor.
40.
I may redecorate character. I don't know what I ate.
So Hammer's going to raise it up with ace, king,
You have a big
10,
sausage.
4, with hearts.
Behind you.
Oh yeah.
And Will's
Fucking
going to
huge, bro.
call
9 to 6.
with 9986.
Look at the size of that thing. You can't even be
And
mad.
Colleen has aces on the button. What a
It
dream.
curves to the right, too.
And then she raises.
60, 170.
Still 2 times.
So Colleen with
Should have picked Colleen for the pot because she just potted it.
160.
Damn it.
170. 180.
190.
well,
190.
Hammer
185.
did as well,
Just
but
190.
Yeah, 190.
200.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's the big
160.
one. 185.
Push Drain with the
185.
cheer,
185.
16 bits. What up,
185.
Push Drain? Thanks. Man.
185.
He said,
Well,
"Drinks
that
on
made a
me,
big
boys."
Yeah.
Yeah, 185.
Thank you, sir.
So I don't
Talk
think
about
anyone's
your
going to
sausage
call
at
this
default.
3-bet. Hammer has
Want
a
that sausage?
decent hand, but he's going to just be dominated
looks
so much. It's,
delicious, to be
and he's
honest
out
with
of position. It's
Listen,
probably
he's
going
not
to
gonna
have
be
to
able to
fold.
focus.
Yeah, this is
We're
definitely a
talking
hand you
about
want to
sauce
fold
like
for
that.
Hammer here. I'm surprised he
Look at that thing.
potted this hand. I mean, it's 3 Broadway cards, but you don't have a nut suit.
That's not the crust of a pizza?
And the little forward dangler there is just kind
No,
of
it's a
like
sausage.
not doing anything for
That's
your
the
hand.
important one. The 4 dang. Always watch out for the danglers.
Hand me that shit.
I'd
The
say
double
kebab.
danglers.
Yeah, it's
No,
a
that's a
chicken
When
kebab.
you have 4 danglers in your hand, it's dangerous.
Oh.
And Will should fold this
Ruins
hand,
it.
but he doesn't. He
He's
calls.
very sticky.
He wants to play a pot.
Sticky boys. And you know what? And then he's out of position. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But let's see how well he can play out of position knowing that she has aces. Oh, no,
Well,
just flop a set, so you're
Yeah,
good.
easy game. When you're gonna flop top set with a gutter, you know it's an easy call.
Yeah.
Of course you call.
Card
it.
Having the
Cards in
6
concert.
kind of
Friday
sucks.
and Saturday.
But in this particular situation, it doesn't matter because he knows that Colleen just has no repair. I don't like leading here, though. Oh, my gosh.
But he's worried that she might check back.
I don't think the ace came.
I don't think she would. I don't think she would check back.
She has a backdoor nut flush draw.
Thinking about calling, which is
It's a sausage, right?
Ambitious.
It could be
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Put it in your
it's
mouth.
gonna make Will's play look really
me.
good if he does. If she does call
I
her,
already
if
had
she
one,
folds, I'm gonna feel really
Like in one
terrible
bite,
about how
or
well played
just
this hand.
Several bites.
Okay.
I mean, you called, you flopped
I couldn't
Jin,
do it in one bite.
and
No?
I'm not that pro.
if she makes a fold here,
Calling good.
Yeah, because it's already a 3-bet pot, and so if you check, she's gonna usually c-bet, and so if she does
Oh, she
c-bet,
calls.
then you could just check, get it in, check
Right.
raise, get it in.
right?
But he leads and she
Too soon,
calls.
sorry.
She's laughing about it.
And
Turns a 4 of clubs.
now she's probably gonna give up.
But
If
will
he
he
bets
bet?
again. He might not because the flush came in.
Might go check.
Check.
Yep, she's checking back too, probably. She does not look very happy. Her body language and her face, normally she's very talkative, very joyful, very like happy when she has the nuts. Here she looks clearly disappointed.
300?
But she's gonna bet.
300.
Yeah.
Now, the question is she repping the flush or does she think her aces are good?
Yeah, I'm not really sure, you know, what she thinks Will would lead with in a 3-bet pot
I feel
on
like
this
it's my
flop,
good hand of the night.
and then
Feel that?
check the turn with.
Based
Now-
on her body language, I feel like she's bluffing with aces here. She doesn't look happy that she just got called.
And I would love. I don't know if Will's gonna check here. This is a tough spot actually for Will.
Oh,
You
he
have the
voted
nuts.
up. He voted up.
No, he has his nuts here. I'm saying.
Oh.
But
I don't
are you gonna get called if you
Right?
bet, or can you check and let Colleen go for it?
Oh, he's shoving. I don't like that. I would have got value.
Another giggling.
Well,
I
let's
think
see what
Colleen's
she
gonna.
does.
Let's bet on it. I think Colleen's gonna get away from it.
Honey,
I think she's gonna get away from it too, bro. I couldn't take the other side even if I wanted to give you your $10 back. But I just don't see her heroing here.
a lot like you don't have any.
The board did pair, so she could beat. What can she beat? 9s and 6s on the flop. Now, if you had that, that's it though. I don't think she's just saving face a little bit because she bet the turn.
If he had 9-6, he would probably also have 7-8 with it. So
Yeah,
it doesn't help.
and there's just
$3 chip.
it's definitely just Hollywood, and she was like,
She just doesn't want to fold aces.
that's two. That is that, and that's
I just looked at it.
something you have to be able to do in PLO
Exactly.
because you're gonna have aces a lot post flop in PLO.
50 cents.
She's really studying him though, so maybe my read's wrong here.
Confuse the opponent.
Maybe she really
Give
bet
me
the
that
turn
blue.
thinking she was good.
It's hard to think you're good in PLO betting that turn with. the
She
hand that
didn't
has.
look comfortable. That's all I can say. She did not look comfortable when she bet, and she kind of froze up.
really wanna
She
buy a
still doesn't look
cigarette.
comfortable right here,
Feels like the thing to do when she says can't be
and
cigarette.
clearly she shouldn't be.
You
She
don't
only
go
has
back
one
in?
aces and
Cigarette
5s.
but I kind of want to do it. She's telling me. Peer pressure.
She's showing disagreement and contempt. She's gonna fold, 100%.
You have one?
No, I'm kidding, bro.
You're smoking.
She's just like her ego's just like
That'd be
this
really
guy.
nice of you, though. That's cool.
No, the thing about smokers, they have this like bond. It's like
Oh.
you cigarette. Yeah, I know what it's like to not have one. Yeah, they like to have this. It's like stronger than blood. I
Is it a
swear.
Marlboro
Colleen,
Light?
why would you try to bluff me?
I can't do
man.
I can't do that.
And buck. Eventually. So
It's
next
taking a long
month,
time.
Antonio and Phil are coming to town, huh?
They are.
Did you see them out at in Vegas or what?
I didn't talk to either one in Vegas. No.
It's all about the ganja.
How'd you line that up?
It was actually not directly through us. They made a deal with the bike for marketing the Legends of Poker
Oh, the
series,
Legends,
and part
okay.
of it was coming to play live with bike.
I
So
can't tell what
Cool.
you're trying to do.
it actually
You're
just kind of
trying to,
got
act like you're nervous, or you're
handed to us.
actually
So
nervous,
now we're
you're nervous
building a
because
really
you're
cool game
good
around
hand, or
them,
you're nervous
Nice.
because
and it should be a lot of fun.
It's getting very confusing.
God, I want to play
Confusing,
25-50 with
not
Phil.
very
He's such a fish.
I'm super
It's funny, like a lot of people who normally wouldn't play 25-50 in the show now want to play it just to play
Worse.
with them.
You're like
Yeah.
30 more seconds.
I mean, I know he's obviously one of the best tournament players ever, but
Cash
when
games.
I've seen him play cash games, he actually, in my opinion, has a lot of live tells.
Yeah,
And he's not as comfortable playing for cash.
of course.
But for 5K, I don't know what he's going to buy in for. He probably won't care. Probably won't be giving a lot away.
That's live Instagram videos or just pictures.
So antes, huh? Antes all month. I like that, man. I'm going to get him one of those for
Oh,
sure.
right.
She's still tanking.
Yeah, this is taking way too long.
And
She knows she's beating 0 hands.
I don't think you could ever hero here. I just don't. I don't.
She's literally beating
A missed.
a weirdly played hand with just 8s in it.
Yeah, like. I can't think. I can't even think of a hand that she can beat. That makes any sense.
Colleen,
that
it's
would-
not that complicated.
That would
Come
call
on.
a 3-bet.
Colleen, come on. You know you're beat. You're trying to justify a way to call. Your feeling the whole time has been unbeat. You know you're beat. Go with your instincts. Make the fold. You know you're beat.
Instincts are long gone at this point. This is the battle of.
Oh, what a fold by Colleen.
That's the battle in your
Now I'm
brain
really
of
curious.
your ego versus your intuition, and it's like
He would have had to show it.
the whole time she knows that she's supposed to fold, but her brain is just telling her he could be bluffing.
Like, Will thinks that Colleen just folded a flush.
The whole table thinks that. Ugh. I mean, that's sick. She did have aces, and he did call and hit a set. And somehow he made a lot of money.
Weird hand.
Straight flush.
Very awkwardly slow.
Thank you very much.
So Wayne is the host for PLO here?
No, there's no
No?
host.
No?
There's PLO's not a regular thing.
Oh,
here.
okay.
Wayne's a prop who plays limit mostly.
Oh, okay. He's always repping those bike clothes. I have yet to shop for clothes at the bike.
Raise.
And Will is just winning every pot, so why not raise with an unknown hand? And Colleen's gonna float. And she has double suited ace, queen, jack. I like that hand.
Not bad. King, king, queen, 10. I like that hand better.
Oh, has kings again.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
We should have done a prop bet on Will getting a king.
Spread them out.
It's just spreading.
No, Will just calls.
It's funny.
I don't even remember your player or your
Come
card.
on, lucky.
Oh, I remember ace of diamonds, right?
Yeah, it's just
With who?
surf.
Surfy.
And I have Will potting it. You know what Will's last name is? Potger. Really
That's
is.
awesome.
So he should be potting it.
Yeah, should have picked him.
He's the pot man. Deuce 5-7. That is a
Not coordinated flop for anybody. it
very
looks
good hand
like.
for Mark, actually.
Oh, Marky has the wrap.
He has the wrap.
There we go.
With the backdoor nut flush draw.
Why does he not have more equity?
Why is Colleen betting?
She was.
No, so Mark actually has tied for the most equity here, but it's 5 ways.
I know. I feel like he should just have more. But I guess, yeah, because there's 5 hands. You got to cut it up somewhere.
Yeah.
So Colleen's just stabbing. And.
Well, he also has 2 3s in his hand, too, which is one of his outs. So Ricky's going to call. Interesting. Ricky has a gutter, backdoor flush draw, and a pair, overpair.
He's
the
just wanting to
overpair-
see some turns here.
The overpair being the best hand, right? Oh, actually, 2 pair for Galad, that's why. I didn't realize Galad had 2 pair.
Oh, and now he's shipping it. With top 2.
If it folds back to Mark, Mark has to call. I imagine Mark has a little bit more behind than this.
Colleen tanking here with ace high again.
I did elect
Yeah, she loves a safe face.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And
This is
first thing they
just
taught
not
us is
fold.
probably good cards.
Colleen,
No,
come
I'm
on.
just kidding.
You have nothing here.
I did a lot of
A
RFID.
4-way pot.
That's what,
You got check shipped on.
Colleen,
Yeah, I think he probably means like spread
have
them out.
ace
or
high.
something.
All right, we need to put a prop on her folding
Problem is when they're
timing.
covering each other.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
when
so
there's
if you,
interference.
The chip
Okay.
itself.
if you go like
Ricky-
that, it's just a bigger chance.
Yeah. I guess that's the point. Yeah.
No,
I don't.
no.
Okay, Mark has about 100 and something behind.
I think
Ricky
Ricky should get
calls.
away from this.
Ricky calls.
Wow, he already called.
And
Okay.
now Mark. I
Mark's
think
shipping
it's
too.
because Mark is basically all in here.
Right, right.
And it's not that much more. So.
You think that Galad like figured that out? He was like, this guy's gonna go all in too, so I'm getting pretty decent odds here.
I mean, he has 2 pair. Galad has 2 pair. I mean, you gotta go with it.
Well, Ricky was like in between the shover,
Yeah.
so maybe he was just
Ricky
thinking,
is
"Oh,
getting the right price.
I'm getting good odds here to chase back doors."
Ricky's
I'm
drawing
calling,
into a 6 here.
You get a deuce
Seven.
for a better 2 pair,
Sevens,
No, not
fives,
clubs.
right? Because he has the overpair.
Yeah, but also a 6
fives,
is the
and
nuts.
6 gives him the
No,
straight.
no runner clubs.
And that's
There's a
good for Mark.
Don't do it.
Mark
3
hits
gives him a set and a straight.
Who's got it?
And
And
Mark
a
makes a
boat.
full house.
Boom.
I had a-
Oh, and
Oh,
Galad makes a
wow.
bigger full house. Wow, so Mark turned a straight and a set, and Galad Rivers a bigger full house.
You guys
Wow, pretty
screwed.
sick.
Top 2 on that board is a very strong hand.
You didn't need outs.
Galad
You
wins the
had
hand.
threes.
So
He's been waiting
Oh, you
all
did.
day for that hand.
Yeah. And you turned us.
sometimes that happens.
Crazy.
Poor George Lucas.
And our friend is going to rebuy in seat 9.
If I went a hand against you, you know you're running bad. 'Cause I fucking
Oh, you had the
suck.
wrap? You had ace three four?
No,
The newbie
If you
gets
were in
his
the-
feet wet and wins a pot
way behind.
with top 2.
Me too. That's why I bet. It's like I like all my
And
backdoors.
threes.
Huh?
Do you want a drink?
What was that?
The hand.
I do
In this
drink, but
that particular hand, I
No,
like
I'm good.
my backdoors.
Well, what'd you say?
You gotta
I
win
like.
some hands. You gotta win.
I had all the backdoors.
My problem is I haven't gotten anything to play with.
All
So
the
I got all
backdoors.
excited.
I sometimes
You gotta
wonder
pay
what it's
double
like
for
to
that
be
guy.
a woman in a poker community.
We're all over this.
Usually.
Like walking into a casino with
Me?
the 99.5% males. And like just having everyone always stare at you or always like, oh, there's a woman in this room now all of a sudden. Or every time you sit at a table, you get all the attention.
Put my stack in.
I wonder how different that must feel.
Yeah.
It's Mimi's time.
I feel like I feel like women have an edge if they
We
use
got
it.
Crazy projects in Seattle, like they
Being that there's not that many of them,
buildings.
and
They're more
people have like a
Wing
perception.
Lawyer,
Oh, so
right?
she has. God, I should have picked your card with Colleen.
Yeah, downtown LA. It's
She has 3
Oh.
aces with the ace of diamonds.
That's my card. You're
Yeah.
blocking
Spread.
that for me.
Spread
so
'em.
they're just building lots
I spread
of,
the
like,
fuck out of it.
condos and
Yeah,
it's
20.
becoming more corporate.
She's gonna
Yeah, well, it's just the
pot
town.
it.
Next thing you know,
Thank you. This is both.
I mean, every company
Oh, I don't need it.
Every
Yeah,
major
I
company
know.
in Silicon
Ramsey
Valley
said he thanks, Ramsey.
has an office open now in
Wherever you
Seattle.
are.
Who's Ramsey?
And more
My
companies,
BFF.
so it's like a bunch of people.
Oh, is that the guy from the chat?
I'm not seeing any other.
Oh, there you go. So
action.
Colleen was just notified
Do
about
you guys have a
her
thing?
beer
No.
from
My
Ramsey.
BFF.
Does he want a thing?
It's going up, yeah.
She's getting
Does
that
he
beer,
want-
Ramsey.
It's not
Thank
top
you.
levels yet, but I think it might get there. soon.
Really?
Yeah.
You can look into a man's mind.
We're,
Yeah, I mean, I'm living in downtown LA
He is
right now,
awesome.
and like the cheapest.
Okay, so Mark has queens, Colleen has aces, Wayne has
Oh, really?
queen jack 9, and the flop just came jack 10 7. So
still bullshit.
Surf has blockers,
Like basically, if you're trying to live by
It's okay.
yourself,
and that's
LA,
it.
it's
Galad flop 2 pair. Is Surf gonna turn his hand to a bluff? No.
My place in Seattle, it's like an open one bedroom, so it's not quite a studio.
yeah.
700 square feet.
Somebody in the chat asked, you can answer this. Heads Up Master said, I'm going to a 2040 PLO limit game? What do you mean PLO limit?
Yeah, that doesn't
I
make
think he
sense.
means PLO.
What is Omaha?
PLO game this Saturday, only bringing $2,000.
It's
Shot
actually a good-
taking.
a good
If I
price.
lose, I lose. But yeah, it's a good game. What's the advice on strategies? Also, average buy-in is like
That's worse than
7, I don't know.
800 to 1,000, something
You can
like
get, like,
2,000. Are you sure?
I add on.
I think it is
PLO,
limit.
or do you mean limit?
It must be
Or
limit.
do you mean like limit Omaha? Like Omaha 8?
I think it's limit.
Clarify on what you mean there, Heads Up Master.
Yeah, there's a big difference between limit and
Yeah, pot limit is a big bet
I
game.
thought about saying that, but I was like, you know,
1,000.
I think he's gonna-
You probably 2,000 is probably the
I think he's
minimum
gotta
for a
cover it.
2040
We
PLO
understand
game.
each other.
I assume you mean
It wasn't even a gamble.
like Omaha 8. But
Yeah,
just
he said
clarify.
limit. Yeah, limit plays a lot different
Limit
than PLO.
Omaha I? I've actually never heard of that.
Like, so you basically have
I've
to-
Just
never
Omaha
played
High
that.
limit.
I've never played that, but if it's limit, just know
2,000's plenty.
you're not going to be getting folds very often, so I wouldn't be
Yeah.
bluffing very often.
2,000's plenty for a 2040
Yeah.
limit game.
catering
For sure.
to people working at the
Strategy would be play good hands.
Play very
position.
tight pre.
Play good hands in position.
Yeah, play very good hands in position and get rid of marginal hands out of position, and you're going to have a decent strategy there.
Bye, Wayne.
I've never played it, but I just have a feeling that people aren't going to be folding very often, so you want to have nutted hands.
Especially in a limit game, where if you get in the pot and someone raises, you have to call.
Right.
You want to play good hands, or pre-flop. 9-7 all spades. Brian has a nut blocker.
Me?
Yeah, that's about all we got.
And
going
he's
here.
not going to use it. He's checking.
Yeah, not much going here.
It's $123 in the pot. I like betting with a nut blocker here.
Oh, Surf has a flush. Sorry. Surf has an 8-high flush.
Pot.
So this hand is over. Like,
25.
Surf has an 8-high flush, and he's 97%. This is the most you can ever be on the flop. Nobody has any other way of winning this hand.
No,
unless you
I think if
yeah, Brian can
How
win the
much
hand with
left, boys?
aggression.
I think
You know
he
what's
could
gonna
win the hand
happen
with
if you call.
aggression, and but it doesn't look like he's going to.
Surf doesn't have much behind.
He doesn't.
It's nice, but it's just so loud.
How much does he have?
The highways, because all
Oh
the
yeah,
highways
he has literally nothing behind, so I
Sucker.
guess that makes sense.
Unfortunately.
I don't think that's
I'm
the
gonna move
issue.
over to Northeast LA, like Echo Park area.
Yeah, exactly. Heads up master in a limit game. Blockers don't matter. You can't bluff as much. You can't use your blockers because of the limit game. So you're always getting a good price to call.
Right. So when someone makes second nuts and they bet, and then you raise them with the nut blocker, they're never folding. So there's just
Yeah.
there's just no point in even worrying about any of that.
Yeah, it's got a nice scene.
That's why PLO is a lot more fun.
With the
I agree. Ham Bonner 5 saying pot is so strong for sure. People that are new to PLO and they're saying pot generally have it.
What are you talking about?
Compton.
Echo Park.
Yeah, you guys see Defiant One? HBO?
Nope.
Dr. Dre story?
Oh, is that Dr. Lee?
I like playing the trips.
Sure, I dealt to it.
The trips prop when I play PLO in the quads
Raise third.
prop,
Holy shit.
like kind of like the do 7 prop
Is it gonna
for
go on
PLO.
Raise.
Get people in there with some bad hands and get people doing things that they might not normally do. Oh, so Will is gonna willingly open with trip deuces.
Oh, I win. He potted.
Oh,
That's a
okay,
pot,
There you go.
right?
Yeah,
So, wait, how much were we betting for the pot game? I don't even know.
I'll do 10. So
Okay.
we're even.
Okay, so we're even then.
And Colleen's
Wait,
gonna
Potted as
three-bet.
well. Yeah,
Shit's
this is a
about
good
to go
hand here.
down.
What is Will doing? Are they doing a prop for like trips or
That makes a
something?
difference
don't
in your hand.
know.
Issues.
Let's listen.
That's me talking.
I have to think about this. I mean, it kind of. Oh, yes.
Oh!
You're folding.
Yeah.
You're gonna show that. You're gonna show he's really raw in that hand, and you're folding.
Oh,
Queen deuce,
so
queen
it was
deuce.
Ron times 3.
Alright,
He had three
I like
three
the
combos of Ron.
I like
that
this
would've
though. I like
been
that.
epic.
He had queen, deuce, deuce, deuce. That would have been sick if he won. His really round would have been proud of him.
Play the whole hand.
Call me, thank you.
I don't think they had a
At least
prop
100
for
bucks.
trips, but that's the prop that I like to play if I'm playing
Oh,
PLO.
the chat's saying that we were betting $20 on the pot bet.
Okay,
Queen, deuce.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember either,
I mean, you don't
but
really want
I'm
that.
willing to
It would've been
submit to the chat.
I think you're gonna get another 7 of spades.
I mean, if
though.
you
I
hit
think
a
right here
queen,
you're gonna
I
get it.
don't think
At
I
that
was-
point
did
is-
I have a
It's
suit?
definitely coming for one of us at least one more time before the show's
Oh,
over.
someone said they do have a trips in hand prop bet.
Oh, they do.
Maybe if they win the pot with trips.
Okay, so that
That's
makes
what he was
sense
trying to
why
do.
he was
You're
trying
gonna
to.
flip the left.
Oh no, wait, I could do this, right? I could.
Now we're talking.
You're only in
I
for
could do
3.
this.
Yes, you could.
I might have.
Close.
If I had trips.
Wait, you had 7 of spades, right?
Yeah, yeah. If I had trips in my hand and there's a prop, I might like go for like the limp re-raise.
Yeah, he could have, and he could have just went for the repot there.
Right.
Yeah,
We're pretending to be nervous.
that came
Yeah, some people
12-24 game over there.
they just don't have the heart sometimes.
Heads up, master. Sure, post it, and we'll try to get to give you our
There you
opinion.
go.
Wayne hasn't been involved lately. He gets in there. Surf with a really good hand. King,
It's a
queen,
strap.
queen, 10
I heard raise.
with a suit. Amber
I thought I
not
heard
with a
it
good
too.
hand.
None of these hands are
I win.
that great.
What do you
I
guys
like
want?
Surf's hand.
What card do we need?
Blind.
Yeah, except for
I
surf.
probably
looking for a
won
seven.
with 2.
I have lots.
But it's gonna go 5 ways.
Oh, and a set for Surf here.
It's gonna take a
Nobody
very
has.
specific
Oh,
hand for me.
Hammer has a flush draw actually. Jack high flush draw. Second nut. A
I'm
couple
playing a two outer
straight
for you.
2
draws.
outer.
Bet 50.
I have to hit two
Actually,
cards.
one straight draw. Well,
I think everyone's gonna fold except for Amber here.
yeah. Surf has.
Okay.
Surf bets it out with
and,
middle set.
and Amber just folds it too.
Yeah, I don't mind that fold. Out of position,
even
second nut
have a
flush
pair.
draw.
But you have a wrap, ship it.
I have a backdoor
Playing
wrap.
flush draws out of position in PLO is like
That's
really
for blind
interesting
call.
too. It's hard enough to play a flush draw in no limit out of position.
I don't
Because
think it
when you
works like that.
just check call and then you hit the flush, a lot of your opponents slow down on the turn.
These actually these $3.
Because everyone notices a flush card when it hits. Even more so in Omaha.
I can't believe it's
And if you're just check calling with flush draws to hit and then you hit,
You can't believe this
it's
1-1
hard
you
to
shot 9
extract
of
value
those.
once you hit because everyone notices, oh, the flush is
Oh
there
my
all of a
God,
sudden,
America's
and now they don't want to put any more
Yeah.
money in the pot.
So it's more valuable to actually have hands that can make straights,
America.
like 7, 8,
Right.
9, 10.
Yeah, maybe
as
you've heard
opposed
of
to
it.
double
Yeah.
suited
Or
hands.
straights and flushes.
Yeah.
And then you can play
Better.
even more aggressive, and now you can
Fuck
check raise,
yeah.
or you can lead with those types of hands, and your leaves your range
What's that from?
uncapped,
movie.
and people aren't gonna know when you get there.
America, right?
It's a
Good
little too
man.
obvious.
Fake boobs.
Yeah, it's hard to get paid off with flushes.
I know. Yeah, I
Yeah.
noticed that very early in my poker career that people always know when the flush comes, and they're always scared of it.
I got a hand I can fold.
Calling a straddle.
I really want to know my feet.
Si, senor.
All right.
Raise.
Raise 20.
This looks like a fun game. I'm kind of jealous I'm not playing it.
I might just
Everyone
call him
seems
out,
to be
like, we'll have a
talking,
seat, sorry.
and they got the prop going.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Oh,
look.
Brian's
Yes.
potting. Ah, I missed it by 1.
Damn it.
Raise 75.
And Brian pots with aces, double suited with deuce 7. Still a
chips, you
really,
fruit.
really great hand, even with the deuce 7 in there.
I'm in.
Is he going to get action? Colleen's going to call with 10s,
total,
double
yes.
suited, and Wayne is short stacked. I don't know why he's calling. But he's calling
For
because
a
he's double
straight
suited, I
flush.
guess. And one of his suits is dominated. And yeah, they're both. Basically, none of these people should make flushes here.
Ooh, a
That
set
is
for
not a
Colleen
straight flush.
and a
Open.
wrap for Wayne.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
tough.
Wrap for Wayne. So that's basically the best flop you could
Not
ever
full
hope
wrap,
for. Oh,
but-
he doesn't bet it.
Ooh, quads for Colleen. I like her hand here.
And now he's shipping once the board pairs. See? You call with King Jack 9, you flop the freaking miracle board for that hand, and now you're getting it in dead.
It's a badoogie.
I like you, Wayne, but you waited 1-2 card late. Now you're in trouble. Because you're always losing. And Brian is tanking with aces here. Aces and 10s. Which could be good.
You have
Wayne went all in. Wow.
He waited one street too late.
Hold on.
Oh, and Colleen's got a slow
How do you
roll.
feel about slow rolling?
He's all
I want you. Go
She's
ahead.
definitely slow rolling, and she's laughing about it, which is hilarious.
I have quads.
Okay.
Oh, trip 10s? Oh no, you can't have trip 10s. That'd be sick.
Whoops.
Oh,
And
trip
Wayne,
flush?
don't even show. Don't even show at all. Oh, now you're showing that you had a wrap in.
Oh, Wayne got there in the river with a straight.
Yeah. Well, he should have shipped it on the flop. He was short. The pot was already big. He still would have got
You would've
called.
said,
Everything
"I
would have
don't
happened
like
the
it,"
same.
then I
But
open immediately.
getting it in
So
drawing
it would have
dead.
been a little bit better.
Getting in drawing dead feels terrible when you look back and you watch live at the bike.
Just quads.
That's a lucky chip.
Oh,
Damn, everyone's drinking beer and talking. This is a
Because I
good
know
show.
that's going on YouTube.
Get me in that game.
Oh, slow roll.
what? Oh yeah,
Quad.
sick of slow roll.
Quad slow roll.
And let's see.
If you slow
So
roll, make it like really, really good.
Will is
I
the
did- I
biggest
couldn't
winner
do
so
that.
far. He's up over
Why?
1,600. Guys in the
Not nice.
challenge, Surf and Wayne both.
Are we
stuck.
playing after the game or are you
Wayne's
guys
stuck
taking
as
off?
well.
Is the game actually ending at 9?
Depends
Who's
how
in the
nice you
challenge?
are.
Sir?
Wayne's actually stuck
I'll keep playing at the 9.
less than Colleen and Surf.
Those are the three?
Yeah.
They're all stuck.
So we'll see what happens in the last 10 or 15
It's
minutes here,
almost
guys.
Yeah.
15 minutes we got left. 15, 20 minutes.
What, 8:30?
So Jack 7 deuce for Surf. I would
Did
add
Surf
fully
just-
that hand.
Did Surf change from a Hillary shirt to a Trump shirt
Yeah.
in the middle of the show?
No, he had an anti-Hillary shirt on.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
And he's just
But he did legitimately change shirts during
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I like Surf a little bit more. That's funny that he did that.
You have a feeling you are going to win this hand.
There you go.
And
Well, I
Colleen
sure hope I put a stop
wakes
to
up with a
that.
7 of diamonds. Oh, should have been a spade. Oh, no. That's Surf.
That's Surf. 1, 2, 3. The other one. Ricky with aces here, and he checks. And this is kind of like what we talked about before. Why pot it and just let everybody know I have aces when
Right.
everyone's going to call anyway?
Right.
I don't mind this. It's going to be hard to win the hand anyway,
Well, this
going
looks
6
familiar.
ways.
Right.
And now Wayne has the nut flush draw.
Check to 6-3
And he
two pair.
checks it.
Nobody else has anything
Set
here.
the trap.
Why are you checking in that flush draw?
Oh, there it is again. Was it
Yeah.
the 6 or the
3 on the
3?
turn,
Yeah, that
and
was-
They were on the three?
yeah, the guy above your head there was that Brian.
Six on the
Doctor.
river.
It was 3 on
There's
the
a 3
Oh,
on the
Brian
river.
has a
Yeah.
3.
This is too soon. I can't even get
Dangler,
upset
watch
now.
out for the dangler.
The dangle
That
got
could be
there.
like a. I feel like that could be like a good hip hop song about PLO. Watch out for the dangler.
The
Oh, I see what
dangler
you did.
got there.
Soon.
And he's betting it, at least. Somebody wants to bet their hand.
Watch out for the dangler.
Came too soon.
Watch
Yeah,
out for
'cause
the
it was river
dangler.
last time.
And now Wayne's going to call with the flush draw, and
Also
if he
too
hits,
soon 'cause, you know,
he's just...
PTSD.
It's so obvious that he has a
Yeah,
flush draw.
exactly.
I just...
Well, I'm the one who said it. I was like,
Oh, no, maybe he's folding.
Might
I brought up my
Oh
own.
my
Yeah. I don't mind the.
I don't mind it, but it's just very, this is very slow, nitty poker here. I think in PLO you should be betting a lot. Just bet.
Go! Fuck!
Don't slow play your hands. Don't
And check.
waste
Showdown.
streets. Don't waste value. Don't allow your opponents to realize their equity. Just bet.
3 is good.
Oh, is it a handball?
And a 3 is going to crack those aces.
Oh my
But he
God.
lost the minimum. I wonder if they're doing a flip. You want to bet if they're going to do a
One of
flip?
the mini soccer tournaments.
What is the two?
No,
two
because like.
No.
You already know?
Actually, I don't know if that's a flip or not.
How did Canada
know.
do? How did Canada do?
They have a soccer team?
They are doing a
Sometimes I
flip right
wonder.
now.
Yeah,
Oh,
it looks
okay.
like a flip,
they,
but
like,
I'm not sure.
play hockey?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
They play football with a soccer ball.
To resume.
How much time is left? 10 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah, it's hot. They're gonna hot.
About 15
We're
minutes.
going.
Jamaica's got a
We're in this.
So someone set the hand in,
You
huh?
win when there's
I don't even know how to
straddle.
play this.
You play no
Fine.
hands and then a straddle
I don't think
and you
it's
win.
maybe it's
Oh,
just
it's
a
a picture.
screenshot. It's just a
Waiting
screenshot.
for the bigger pots.
We need to find out.
Yeah,
I
I don't
hear
know how
you.
the action went. It's hard to
Picking
say.
up what you're throwing down.
Ace high flush versus straight flush. Armenian Gary slow rolled me so dirty
72 B pip
with the straight flush when I had the nut flush.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And he loves that
What happened?
story.
Armenian
Ryan,
Mike?
what's my
Wait,
Gary.
Oh, Gary, you said. I mean, Gary.
He loves that story. He loves
Oh,
telling that
straight
story.
I'm quiet on it.
Oh, look at this hand. Wayne has 4 straight flush cards.
Wow.
I don't like
And
I
he's
did not
raising.
ask Ryan.
But this is a. I don't mind this. Like,
Just meant
yes,
Word of
it's
mouth.
bad for your suit
All
that you have
over
4
the
good
place.
suit.
Right.
But these are 4 good cards to
Right.
have 6, 7, 8,
Can't
9.
lose
Okay.
if you
So if you're gonna play 6, 7, 8 Badoogie, then why not play 6, 7, 8, 9 of a suit?
Right.
It's the same thing, right?
I don't mind it.
I don't want to play like 6,
I
7,
didn't
8
give you a chance.
Jack all
Right,
diamonds.
right.
6, 7, 8, 9 is I think is fine.
Having the gap on the bottom isn't terrible.
How much are you playing?
Having the gap on the top isn't as good.
Yeah. And look at this. So Wayne now has a straight draw here.
I'm gonna
and
feel
Colleen
really.
also with an open ender.
I'm gonna feel really good on this flop with
Go
79.
to overtime.
I mean, again, you don't want to have the bottom straight draw, but it's still decent.
That's why they just stand there and kick each other in the nuts.
Oh, someone has the someone has the queen jack up top. So
So yeah, 8 is bad.
ooh, there's the queen of hearts.
Yeah,
That's gonna slow everybody down now. This spot's gonna stay small.
Mark still has the best hand with kings, but it
What a
should
silly
go
way to end that.
check to the river.
Come on, Colleen, pick up a 7 of spades on the last hand.
In your hand?
And
board.
9. Nobody has it.
Oh.
Oh, Wayne has a 9. So Wayne actually is going to win this hand.
Oh, slow
No, he
down.
folded.
Dry out on your
Wait,
You
who
got
bet?
the winning hand.
Hopefully someone bet.
I was open-ended with no
It
flush.
looks like Colleen took it down.
Hey,
Yeah,
Roy,
what
I
happened
said
here?
before I called pre-flop
Colleen got
for
shipped.
Oh! Woo!
So she must
I don't know what
have-
happened. Colleen must have bet and Wayne folded.
She must have.
Turn her hand into a bluff.
earlier.
I don't know.
It was just the lucky bounce from
But,
the
looks like
How
she's
much
Devastating.
They play 90 minutes?
That's it right
Is there any
Oh,
PLO
you're
shows next
No,
month?
it's 90.
Yeah, we're gonna do one.
That's
We're
next
gonna do a 5-5 on cap
Oh,
PLO
don't
at the
jinx
end
It's
of
over.
the end of August, right in the heart of the Legends series. So
I'll probably try to play
that'll
that.
be August 30th.
That they come back?
I like the half that you spread that one time too was really fun.
Yeah, we can do that again, but it wasn't a ton of action, and it's tough
that's
to
your
find
friend.
players that are going to be good action that play both.
Right.
25 to 1.
That's true.
But it was cool to try it. Maybe we'll do it again.
I enjoyed it, and I gave a lot of action. That's for sure.
We got to get the right players in there.
It's true.
So if Jamaica scores, I get
125.
Filter out the robots, no matter at what cost. Let's stay human, people.
And
Let's
regular
talk at the poker table.
Or-
Let's show some
Well,
emotion.
the
Let's
only
have
way
some
they'll
fun.
That is true.
Yeah.
Let's save poker, please.
Drink,
That could also be true.
That doesn't make
talk
sense.
trash.
Yeah.
Drunk.
If they tied in penalties,
Do
that's-
whatever it takes. To everyone
gotta
out there,
tie it.
please
That's
help
what
me
you
save
That
poker.
counts?
Help us all.
Make poker great
Somebody else.
again.
The US player.
Whose line is that?
Re-raise
I
30.
mean, Donald Trump, I guess.
What happened?
Re-raise 30.
Did she mean to?
So Wayne raises 20 and Colleen makes it
That was
30.
I missed.
She didn't
I
see
missed
Wayne
a couple
raise.
numbers
So she
here.
makes
How
it
much
the
did you mean to
min
raise to?
20.
with aces,
Oh.
and it might work out for her here
I
because
like-
she's dominating.
I like Wayne's hand here.
It was on
I like
purpose,
Wayne's hand
obviously,
too here.
guys.
Do
I
you?
aced
Yeah,
it.
Oh shit, Jamaica.
but I'll take Colleen's hand if you want.
It's too late.
Better watch.
on it. I would have.
See?
But.
I have aces.
Jamaica.
Okay, I like.
Oh, and she
Colleen's hand.
openly says she has aces
I've ever
again,
seen.
so she's.
Let's go.
I like Colleen's hand here. Surf's hand's okay too.
You know I've always loved Jamaica.
I don't understand the strategy
Yeah,
of
125 bucks.
2 different times now when you've had value spots telling everybody
Hold
what you
on,
have.
that's good for you.
She really said it.
She
Wow.
said I have
Do
aces.
you think they believe her?
Partner.
I think that they do now because like she already showed the last time.
It's okay. You
She
can
showed that she
let
had
go.
it when she said she had it. So
this
why
looks
wouldn't you
good.
believe her this time?
Oh!
But Surf
That was not
has decent equity here. He has a gutter
How much
and a
extra
jack eye
time do
flush
they
draw.
have?
3 minutes.
Call.
3 minutes left.
Oh, 3 minutes plus 3.
He might call because it's getting late in the show, and he's stuck. Oh, is he
What just
reaching for a
happened? Are
raise?
you
here?
taking ships back?
I mean, he might.
He's
He has a
gonna
flush draw and a straight draw.
raise. Wow, after she
I thought he
said
put
she
out
flopped
that
top
much. I didn't
Put
set,
shit out.
you're gonna raise into her with a
I
jack
feel
high
like
flush.
this is a slower-
Draw
Kelly,
and
your ass.
straight draws.
What are you doing that with?
Has he been back on the bikes?
I have a really good card.
He's in Asia.
You should probably call them, but just know this is I'm not folding. So.
Friendly poker, I love it.
You're not folding, you promise?
Doug's
God. You got the stone nuts, and the guy raises into you and says, "I'm not folding."
It wasn't a big deal until
No, I gotta
Doug
think.
realized
She
that.
said you promised.
You want to
I
pinky
told
swear
you
with
I
the
had
guy.
aces.
Yeah. What do
She
you mean you have
did
aces?
say
You have
that.
a set of aces?
I told you I have. All I said was I have aces. I said that from the beginning.
Well, that doesn't fucking tell me anything.
Doesn't tell you anything. Come on, bro.
I wasn't.
All right, and they can't run it twice,
Do I
so
have
at
a
least
spade
there's
draw?
some sweat
No, I
here.
don't. You might.
I do have a spade draw.
I have a
Fuck
backdoor.
yeah, I'm
I
out.
have a backdoor wheel draw.
Stop talking about the back
Put-
door.
375.
He did have aces.
Give him more
375.
straight
Yeah,
outs if
So-
you can somehow on the
So he
table.
needs a 5 or a spade here.
What's the last
No,
card?
no,
on the
no.
back of
It's
last
nothing.
spade.
I
If
said I
a
have a
9
backdoor,
comes, he'll have more
wheel
straight
draw.
outs.
I'm setting up
That would be
a
With the 9.
And the spade to go with it.
Oh.
And that is
Oh.
a great card for Surf.
And can the board pair? No.
No, and Surf's going to win this one. Wow.
Surf.
Nice job, Surf.
Good job,
Jack
man.
7.
Deal.
The Jack 7.
Oh, I already gave it out.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I had out.
You paid.
This is shitty.
Somehow he doesn't pay attention
I
to
don't
she
want
says
this
that
one.
she has the nuts, and he ships it, and he gets there.
Nice. Surf
For 2 on
takes it
spot.
now.
A beautiful game of
The
poker.
one spade blocker.
Heads up,
It's
Master.
not
So
like
tell us
there
a bit about Colleen. Is she a winning player?
Most
I
definitely.
mean, I don't know. She plays a lot of poker. She works full time, but she plays a lot. She plays a little of everything. She plays no limit hold'em. She plays PLO. She plays
You have
tournaments.
like 30 seconds.
Tries
Otherwise,
to
I
play as
get
much as she can.
I've seen her
She's been
play.
playing a long time.
I've seen her play a lot, and she's definitely got a good image. But from what I've seen, she's
How
probably
much are you
printing.
losing?
Yeah, I think she does all right.
I don't see why
She
she
does
would be
decent.
I
losing.
pay
Yeah.
$5 unless they score.
She knows what
If they
she's
score, you
doing.
can
She
get
plays a
After
lot of
that.
poker. She's got a lot of poker
No.
friends.
Right.
I'm kidding.
Oh, they stole it! Come on. You got it!
Um,
Time's
watching.
up. Game over.
so between Wayne, Surf, and Colleen for the challenge.
Well, they did do a
Wayne
substitution, so
is
it's kind of
good
weird.
right now.
Wayne
Only
just,
minus 600.
all he has to do is fold the rest of the
Yeah.
rest of his hands like he's been doing, and not ship that last. Actually, he can't even lose because if he ships his last 250 right there,
Well,
he's
you
still gonna be in the
straddle,
lead, right?
Yeah.
So if you pick Wayne, you got a lock now
Is he what?
Coach for the women?
because
I
he's
do not
definitely
know.
not shipping and rebuying.
I don't know either.
No.
Okay.
He looks
I
familiar.
know.
Try to give her some of her money
Colleen
back.
has jacks, and Surf
All I did was
has
give you
sevens,
No, you gave me
6,
more.
7, 7, 8.
By a little.
Where was he coaching before?
I
And they're
let
gonna
my
battle
money
again
go
on the
first.
next hand.
Oh, the MLS.
I'm not the MLS
It was
fan.
$15.
I'm a
just so
soccer
you know.
fan, but not the MLS.
No one
Me
watches
neither.
that.
But
And
perhaps.
a gutter for Surf with a pair of
I can
sevens.
give you the other one.
Jacks for
That's probably
Colleen.
why I don't know.
Check.
I'm
Just us?
Oh, we're heads up? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. How much you betting?
Just enough that you'll call.
And
Is Surf's hand a good starting hand under the
I don't
gun?
think I can.
No.
Well, he's in the big blind though. But
You want me to call?
I want.
it's not horrible, but it's
For sure.
okay. It's
You're
better
gonna be
than
really
some of the
pissed
other
at me.
hands.
in general,
Good
having
play.
small pairs in your hand
No,
is
no.
not good.
But he does have
Wait,
3
what
to
do you
straight, so it's
You don't
okay.
want it to.
I'd prefer to have a little bit higher, like 8 to 10.
There's no way.
There's no way I have a flush?
No, there's no way you wanted two.
Oh, no,
It's
I did not
just
want
making a set in Omaha is like
I'm
kind
on
of,
Burgundy.
especially a
Another
small
question?
set. It's just so,
God damn it. Who put a
Terrible.
question mark on the teleprompter?
sets never hardly ever hold up.
You know
In
he
general,
reads it
they can, and then
exactly.
when they're small sets, you can get,
I might have messed
you
that
know,
card
people
up.
with bigger
But
sets,
that's
and then
what
you're
they
How much
just
is that?
dead.
100.
Your voice.
Is Surf gonna call
You
here with
want me to call?
open-ended?
Is that high pitch?
There's a lot of talking going on
Show
between
one
these two. I
heart.
like it.
I mean, he would need
No.
a 5-7-8 jack to make
I don't.
a hand.
I can't.
Good for you.
I can't rightfully show.
But
don't know
there's 3
calling,
hearts
just
on board,
heart.
so he has to fold.
Had the nut.
And he does.
Yeah.
Boom.
Threes in the net. Boom,
I
chocolate.
had
We're
you
going to have one
crushed.
more hand left here.
Did not have any.
Pocket jack.
Hope everybody enjoyed our PLO game tonight. Ryan Feldman here with my man Derek.
Yep.
My hand was
And
small.
thank you for
Yeah,
me here.
yeah. Thanks
So you
for
gave me back 80.
putting me in. It's
He's
cool.
quiet 'cause I lost $125.
Yeah,
Wanted
we'll
to
have
do
you
it.
in sometime. We'll do some no limit too.
Yeah, I've been wanting to come in and,
No wonder I
Give it back
wasted all my
and
money. I didn't even realize I gave
talk
you.
No
some
wonder.
smack on the mic. But I really
We're
want
much
to.
closer now.
I want to do some no limit for sure
180,
too.
270.
I like PLO a lot. It's a like I said, it's a trending game, but I want to get in with Matt too. Maybe I'll talk to
Yeah,
Matt.
you're
I'd
going
love
to
to-
have some Matt Boyd's
I'd love to get on the show with Matt.
You
Me and
mean
him.
on me?
Oh, that's right.
I actually, when I first started listening to him, I was surprised. at his knowledge base on micro expressions and body language and stuff. I studied that all through college and studied that for like the last 3 or 4 years too as well.
I know who we learned.
And so I'm interested to pick his brain a little bit.
What?
All right, boy. Oh, wait, can we do one more in a PLO flip? Ask.
Maybe learn some
Make it
things.
go like
Learn
another
some
minute.
things
I
from
don't
him
even like
too.
to watch the PLO flip.
And we'll have final hand here. So Brian going to get in there with ace
wants
10,
to.
deuce 3, double suited.
Come on, Colleen had a 7 of
Oh,
spades.
Colleen
Ah.
with
Good
aces.
hand that
God.
So we'll just call
Yeah,
it break
fucking
even
nice.
for our contest.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's too easy.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even sure if we
You know
continue
I
the
know.
one contest or not.
that
And
was what I
we'll just
We didn't do a
call it
good
break
job
even.
with our props.
And I was thinking that's what you were doing.
Yeah, we need
I
ones
feel
that
like
show
I
up more.
missed. I feel like I
Holy
missed
shit,
at
it's
least
such a
one.
bad hand.
Yeah.
but it's the ladder
One of us
card.
missed one.
Probably.
Yeah.
And so
Ricky.
it would have bricked out.
Colleen gets aces again.
Sometimes the last hand of the show, people just want to get in there.
Right.
No, of course not.
It looks that way.
It worked out, you would have bet.
Ricky is going to call here. King 10, 6, 5, double suited.
Very,
Right,
very
right,
Mark
bad.
folds.
Very,
However,
very
if it
bad.
Mark
works
10.
out,
I think Mark had King Jack 10, which is actually pretty good.
that's
Wayne's going to fold here.
45 total.
So we got a three-way
but because
pot.
you did not
No, you
Oh,
that's why.
You're not gonna
Colleen's had aces a few
The turn,
times.
I was like, he's got
Let's see if she can win
But-
with him this time.
In PLO, it doesn't mean
Well,
as much as it does no
in
limit.
some
It doesn't mean you're going to win the
I had
hand.
to
No
play
limit,
the
having aces.
figures
If
with
you get aces every hand in no limit, you're going to win a lot of money. In PLO,
Yeah.
not always.
I
Having
bet.
aces in PLO
Shit, kid.
is nice if you're short stacked.
How much was my
Yeah.
bet?
The problem is when you pot it, your hand's pretty
I
face
like
up
that.
if you're only potting it with
I
aces.
hope I have a 5. I
Ricky
haven't
flops
looked, you guys.
a boat.
The nutters, the nizzles.
So Colleen's in trouble again, and she's gonna see bet,
Bet one.
and she has one out. So she's
Yep, one
in
out.
bad shape here.
See these cards. Oh, okay.
And Ricky's calling. Oh, he has the boat. I was like, what?
Oh, Ricky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he calls it the boat,
Yeah, Ricky
which is obviously the only thing he can do.
Yeah.
No, just
Turn
next
3 hearts.
time.
That's an easy card to get away from if you're Colleen.
Will she slow down is the question. She did check, and we got a snap 200 out of Ricky. I kind of like that he did it so fast.
The thing is, like, Colleen's going to get frustrated from having to fold
Aces
aces
twice.
so much.
Yeah.
How many different times?
it's only
can a
4,
girl have
at least
aces?
max 5.
3 times 0 aces. And she's going to have to fold this time.
Good though. I mean, at least you got away from him. this time.
$100 flip.
You flopped it.
And they're
What
gonna
the
flip.
fuck?
Good playing with you guys.
Are we doing $100
Take care, man.
And yeah, I think that's
Based
going to
on
wrap
the
it up
turn
for
last
us tonight. Thanks everybody for tuning into our 2-3 PLO game. Thanks to everybody in the chat.
There's only like
Shout out to
4 of us
everybody in there
playing.
right now. R3,
Oh,
RT Blanc,
Who's playing?
Liz,
not playing.
Shermasher, Heads Up,
No,
Message,
after the game.
Chris Drain over on YouTube, Thompson, Aaron, Timbo,
Right.
Mark,
You're making or breaking the game.
I'll play short.
Bill Stickles,
I'll play short.
Jim Baker, James Duggan, Joey
just us
Nunez,
two?
of course. Thanks to everybody for tuning in today. We appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow
Yep.
for the Annie. No, sorry, the Annie game's usually Thursdays. Tomorrow's the sit and go.
Yeah.
It's a 2K sit and go, 10K to the winner. Gil will be in there.
He's
Israeli
playing
Ron.
again?
Ramsey will be in there. It's gonna be a fun game.
Gil's running hot too, man. They better stay out of his way.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for him.
it's going to be fun. The sit and go will be great tomorrow, so looking forward to that. Remember, go to liveatthebike.com. First week free, use the promo code POKER. Check it out, and you can check out our entire archive of videos. If you like videos like the episode you watched today, you can watch all of our games whenever you want at liveatthebike.com. Thanks to Derek. Thanks
you.
for coming in.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Hope you guys had a good time,
Yep.
and we'll see you tomorrow for the sit and go. Same time, same place.
All right, chat. Peace.